It's Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to everyone. I hope y'all all doing well. It's the weekend. Get ready to relax, wind down, listen to the old jams, listen to things or do things that make you happy. And shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone who is tuning in. Make sure you're hitting the like button while you're coming in. Thank you, Young Riaz. I appreciate you sharing this out. Truly appreciate you. And RJ, thank you so much for tuning in, bro. Welcome back. You were truly missed, but I appreciate that you came back and you told us, that you said, you got the proposal going on, the yes, I do, and you planning for the future. I truly appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. And again, Young Riaz, thank you so much for coming in. As always, little bro, I always appreciate your support and always sharing out the content. So, guys, I have 3 cases for you today, and I'm just going to say I'm in a good mood. I'm in a very good mood. As you see, I finally got my hair done. Yes, I feel like myself again. Shout out to that. It's really hard because, if you have locks, if you know anybody who have locks, it's a process, right? And the longer your hair gets, the more you're sitting in a seat and the more that your butt is hurting. So it's like a 6-hour process. And I'm a very busy woman. I don't really have that much time to be taking out 6 hours out of my day to go get my hair done. So I was finally able to do it. Thank God. Shout out to my loctician. And let's see if anybody else have stepped in to say hello today. Let's see. Hey, hi, Miss Jalen. It's good to see you. Good to see you, sis. Shout out to you. Always appreciate you coming. Always appreciate you supporting. Yes, thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate it. RJ said he feels amazing. I am so glad that you do feel amazing, sir. I really do. That's always a good thing. Always a good thing. Oh, thank you so much. Ray J. You truly appreciate it. Let's see. But sis, why mess with? Come on. No, there's no perfection here. We can always step our game, can't we? We always can step our game up, right? Hey, reading books. How are you, dear? I hope everything is well with you. Shout out to you, sweetheart. Hope everything is doing good and everything's going well this Friday with you, okay? All right, guys. So I have 3 cases. Hope you like them. They're not too long, so we should be in and out probably within like 2 hours and 30 minutes. I hope I can do that because I do have packing to do. I will be going away. I'll explain a little bit more at the end of the live stream, but let's get into it. So the first case I have for you guys is a couple. So this couple betrays each other to escape life in prison. So I thought this was interesting. We see that even family members, actual blood family members, can betray each other if depending on self-preservation, right? So now this is a couple. We want to see how this play out. So I'm going to head and pull up my screen, and here we go. Okay. All right. Let's see. There we go. And we're off.
She and 3 other men were involved in a home invasion that led to the death of one of the 3 men. The evidence shows that Tatiana drove her boyfriend Lyntonio Quinn, his friend Cleveland Golden, and a 3rd man named David Washington to a known drug dealer's home with the intention of robbing him. The homeowner would shoot and kill David during the attempted robbery. All 3 suspects are in custody, and the detectives decide to start with Tatiana.
All right, Tatiana.
Hey, sweetheart, it's good to see you, sis.
We've got some things that we gotta talk about.
How are you? I hope everything's well.
We got some things that we gotta clear up. So let's talk about Tuesday again. All right, and I want you to be completely honest with me, because I understand that we're talking about a murder investigation, okay?
Yes,
and if you tell me a lie in a murder investigation, you can get charged for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? You got 6 kids.
Yes.
Ooh,
You need to worry about
freedom?
yourself.
That's good.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
good.
You need to worry about your own freedom.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So we're going to be honest. All right, so let's talk about Tuesday.
Tatiana claims that on Tuesday, which was the day of the homicide, she hung out with Cleveland and Lyntonio until it was time for her shift at the Whataburger. Cleveland and Lyntonio then dropped her off at work so they could use her car.
And so how long were you at Whataburger?
To after 4.
Till after 4?
Yes. Around
Okay.
5.
Okay. Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. Remember what I told you about honesty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and about lying to me during an investigation, a murder investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
You can get charged for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you think that I didn't go back to Whataburger?
So just to stop it from right here, already you can kind of see that she might not be forthcoming. She's going to probably just say whatever she thinks that the detectives want to hear, and also that would be beneficial to her. I was looking at her. She do have her arms crossed. That is a sign of not going to be forthcoming. However, if they do have the AC on in the interrogation room, that could be a reason why she has her arms in her shirt, because she is actually cold. But let's hear what else she has to say. The detectives is asking her about her whereabouts. She gave the time frame, not realizing that they went and they checked the time frame when she had to go to work prior to having this conversation with her. So mind you, I just wish that people would just take that into consideration, that usually before they come and speak with you, they have done a little digging. They have retrieved a little bit of evidence, right? So they're not going in completely blind. So be mindful what you say, or do what we preach on this channel. Don't say anything and get a lawyer, right? Don't say anything and get a lawyer. But let's go on.
And get your time clock?
I know you did.
Exactly. You weren't there until after 4.
No, ma'am.
Okay? I've confirmed that with them. So stop digging a deeper hole for yourself. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you come out and you tell me the truth and be straight with me,
Okay.
all right, we have no problems.
Yes, ma'am.
But you start lying to me and going down that road,
Bruno, how are you?
and there's nothing I can do to help you anymore.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? This is not worth you losing your freedom
Yes, ma'am.
and losing your kids, all 6 of them.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to stop worrying about covering for him and his bullshit.
Yes, ma'am.
He's going to prison for the rest of his life, okay? So whether you want to sit down there with him, that's up to you.
No,
You
I
sit in
don't.
here and talk this bullshit, you're going to go with him.
I don't.
So you better get right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you were there for how long at Whataburger? Because I already know the answer.
It's about 30 minutes, maybe.
Okay. And did Lyntonio just stay there in the parking lot?
Yes.
All right. And then you leave Whataburger and you
And go back to Terminals.
Okay. All right. Now, here's where we get real serious.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. From this point on.
So I'm going to stop it here. And the reason why, I'm going to go off of what the detective just said. They said, you're going to spend life in prison if you don't talk and get right. Listen, they do not control whether or not if you get life in prison or not. They are the one who bring up the particular charges with the evidence to the prosecutor. Prosecutor goes to the judge to see if this is good and we're going to trial them on this, but they don't have no real say so whether or not if you're going to get life in prison or not. That is a tactic to make them believe that they are the ones who are going to be the last decision making for what's going to happen to you, right? Now, if she would have known that, she would have just been like, listen, I just want to speak to my lawyer, right? Let me get a lawyer. This interview or this interrogation is over. I want to speak to my lawyer. I don't care what the other guy did. If he's quote unquote ratted me out or you already spoken to him, fine. Let me get my lawyer. There's no reason for me to speak to you anymore. That's what you do when you have somewhat of an idea about what you're getting into when you go into interrogation, right? Or if you committed a crime or if you were complicit with a crime. But when you have no knowledge, when you have no knowledge at all, this is how they get you, right? They get you very scared, very timid, and you just start telling everything. And mind you, whether or not you're telling something that is truthful and you let's say per se, you didn't really mean to do it or you just, turn the other cheek, whatever not, they can frame it to make it seem that you was more involved. Or you could be more involved, right? But nonetheless, it's just like, just don't do it. It's not beneficial to you at all. They cannot tell you that you're getting life in prison. They can't tell you that. They don't do that. That's not their job. So, I mean, I wish more people would know that. Hopefully by us reviewing these cases, more people will get an understanding that these are not the last people to make the decision. The last person who's going to make the decision is whether or not you're going to go to jail and whether or not how long you're going to go to jail will always be up to the judge, okay? Always to the judge, okay? RJ said, okay, first tactic, they are playing that we are on your side game to get a quick confession, right? And RJ would know, right? Because he's in that career field. So yeah, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Hey, Brucey, how are you doing? How are you doing? It's good to see you this Friday. I hope you well, sir. And I hope your ankle as well as too. RJ said they're letting her know we got your back. It's a tactic to use when people don't know better, and also they are scared of the consequences. Absolutely, absolutely, RJ, absolutely. Let's see. Hello, De La San, De La Sean. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. Shout out to you. All right, let's go on.
You tell me everything, and we can get through it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we can get through it. If you're honest with me, I'm going to be right there helping you.
Yes, ma'am.
But you tell me a lie and tell me some bullshit, and there's nothing I can do for you anymore.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you went back to TA with Lyntonio. And then what?
They drove off.
Who drove off?
Lyntonio now.
Lyntonio who?
Cleveland, and David D.
And what were they going to do?
Rob somebody.
Okay. Now, how do you know that?
He told me.
Who told you?
Lyntonio.
And why is he going to go rob somebody?
I guess because we needed money for the bills so we can move. And he was like, that's his only option to get money for the bills.
Now, why were they going to go over and rob that person?
I'm not sure. I guess because he had a lot of money.
Now, has Lyntonio been hanging out with that boy over there?
Yes.
Now, were they talking about their plan while you were standing there?
No, not at first. They started talking about it like after I came back from Whataburgers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then what did they say when they came back?
He threw me some money.
Who threw you?
Lyntonio.
Okay.
Lyntonio threw me some money, and I was like, what happened to David? He was like, he got shot. And I was like, who shot him? And he was like, the white dude. And so
she messed up big time. Right in that little moment, she messed up horribly because she admitted that she knew that they was going to rob, why they was going to rob, right? Who was involved. She also admitted that she didn't tell anybody. She didn't tell law enforcement or give a tip or anything of that, right? And then on the process, he gave you the money that from the robbery. So you took money from a crime. Lady, where is your common sense at? Do you really think that you're going to get away or nothing is going to happen to you after providing that information? You took dirty money. You knew about a crime about to be committed and you didn't say anything. Now, if someone lost their life because apparently someone got shot, that becomes premeditated. You were okay with it. They would plot it in out. This is what happens when you don't have real friends. You don't have real friends. You don't have real people in your life. You know, this is exactly what happens. This is what this looked like. Let's go on.
after that, I asked Ocelia to ride with me to go pick up my little girl from school. Well, from daycare.
Okay. So, how much money did he throw you?
Nothing but probably about $25.
Okay. I mean, did they say anything? How were they acting? Were they nervous? Were they upset at all?
They was nervous. They was nervous and upset. And Lyntonio was just like, my cousin just got killed. And I was like, how you know he did? And he was like, he tried to put him in the car to, I guess, to help him. But I guess they couldn't fit him in the car, so they left.
I mean, did they think about maybe trying to call 911 or?
Yes. From what I heard, they thought about calling 911.
They thought about it?
Yes.
They didn't do it?
No.
Okay.
Tatiana now claims that the two men told her about the robbery and asked her to borrow her car. When they returned, they gave her some money and told her their friend, David, had died during the home invasion. The detective is about to bluff Tatiana and tell her they have her on camera driving the car.
You know we have video
Yes.
from the scene?
From what scene?
From the scene of the murder.
We know that you were driving the car, right? You went over there with them?
I didn't go with them, but I was driving.
Yeah. You drove around the block while they were going to hit the lick?
Yes.
Okay.
And I parked the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hey, Turkey, how
You
are
know,
you
when
this
it's good on like
Friday? How
Yes,
are
ma'am.
you?
And that's what I told him.
We know that.
Oh my God. She's making my head hurt. You know how you see somebody and you just want to just wring their doggone neck? Like, what is wrong with you? Why? You fell with the quickest bait. That just lets me know that you're scared to death. And now you just like, I'm just gonna let it all hang out. You really fell for their tactics, and you're literally telling yourself. So now it's not even about you notifying law enforcement that a potential home invasion was about to happen. You was more than just someone who heard about it, like a bystander who heard about it and turned a blind eye. No, you was an accomplice. You was the driver. You was the getaway car. And they only paid you $25. You did that. You threw your life away for $25. Ma'am, you work at Whataburger. Don't you make more than $25? Like, do that even make any sense? I don't know. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know. It's just tingling. It's just really tingling. RJ said, this is the dream interrogation of any detective. Absolutely, RJ. It is 100% a down the hoop, just goal. Like everything's goal. Everything is a green light here, green light there, green light here. RJ say, okay, we can cut it today. Let's go to lunch, guys. It's all over. Show's over. It's bad. Oh my goodness gracious.
I mean, what were you thinking?
I don't know. I was just like trying to just make sure my kids was great. But I told him I didn't want to have nothing to do with it. He was just like, well, just drive me. So I drove him, and he was like, is you going to park? And I was like, no. And I drove, and I went to the store.
Pooh and Cleve were trying to load him up in the car.
Yes.
What did they take off of him? His gun?
Nothing that I seen.
They didn't take his gun?
Oh, yeah, they probably did. If he didn't have it on him. I'm not sure. I ain't see what they took off of him.
Who got the dope?
Oh, I'm not sure. Probably Cleve. Because Lyntonio ain't have it. I ain't even know they had, though. That's something new to me.
The detectives finished their interview with Tatiana and decided to speak with her boyfriend, Lyntonio, next. Lyntonio has been seated in a separate interrogation room this entire time, waiting to be interviewed.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
All right, Lyntonio. Sorry to keep you waiting. Listen, I just want to tell you before we get started, we already know everything. We know that this was a robbery. It was a robbery that wasn't supposed to turn out like this. David D wasn't supposed to die. We know that. That's your people. This wasn't supposed to happen this way. Okay? But the problem is that right now... Huh? The problem is that right now, we've got David D dead, and we've got those people that were in that house, we've got their side of the story, all right? And their side of the story really isn't helping you out right now. You know what I'm saying? So we've got to hear your side of the story to try to figure out what happened, what really happened. Because if we don't get that, it's only ever going to be their side.
And we understand that it was just going to be a robbery. Okay? It is what it is. But in the course of it, somebody got killed.
I've been crying all night, and I wasn't in there. That's why when I first got in the police car, I asked for a lawyer. Because I ain't have no parts, and I don't care what nobody say. I got witness where I was at the time.
So we can put you there. We know you're there on surveillance. So if you want to try that shit that you weren't there and you got people there, that shit ain't going to work. Ain't nobody going to stand up in court for you and tell that shit when we got you on video.
We've got you on video trying to load him up in that car.
And we got your people looking at the video saying, that's Pooh right there. I know that's Pooh because I've grown up with him all my life. Okay? So we can stop with all that you weren't there. We know Pooh's there. Okay? And if you're going to try that, you're on a sinking ship, cuz. And you'll spend the rest of your life in prison. Because all these other jokers are going to get up there and say, man, this is what happened. It was up to this, we went over there, this happened. So if you want to go down on that ship, you sinking.
No, I'm just saying, for example, if I get me a lawyer and I still tell y'all the truth, I'm going to still end up getting charged with more than what
you know what the thing is, Pooh, is you need to show some remorse.
I just don't understand. Like, if y'all are not that bright, please stop doing crimes. I'm gonna keep it 100. If you are not bright, stop doing crimes. Right? Just stop. Okay? It's really like this guy. You ask for a lawyer. You shouldn't say, if I get a lawyer, I'm still going to tell you the truth. No, ask for a lawyer and let bygones be bygones. The simple fact is, it was your friend. It was your friend who lost their life. One of the accomplices that came with you to do this home invasion, right? They got shot. You put their body in the car and you try to dip out, right? So you're already upset about that. You're already upset that you lost one of your friends, right? And I don't even think y'all even got a good amount of money to even do this home invasion. Like, what did you get out of it? I hope it wasn't a couple of $100. I hope it wasn't some item like a TV or a iPhone. I hope that you didn't retrieve like senseless, stupid shit that depreciate in value because it's being used and is not in the store anymore. I hope it wasn't that, right? But right now you're letting this guy, throw it on you. The detective is throwing it on you. Like, listen, they're going to come in there and they're going to squeal. They're going to squeal and they're going to all point their fingers at you. So you better start pointing fingers at everybody else or clearing your name or get the best of, start telling the truth and get the best out of it because, they're going to do it to you. They're going to throw the book at you. At the end of the day, you're going to get some time. However, you're going to get the time that you deserve, right? So if you're not going to have the conversation with these detectives so they can understand what was your role in this whole thing, were you the one who pulled the trigger? Did you accidentally shoot your friend? Was you the first one that broke into the house? Right? Was it your actual plan? Do they have video? Do they have emails or Snapchats or messages saying that you was the one who said, "Hey, let's go to this house and let's do this home invasion"? That is going to decide how much you played a role in this, and then they'll see where everything lies. But if you're not going to do it, just like you say, call the lawyer in. You want to speak to a lawyer and end the interrogation. You do not have to talk to these people. You really don't. If they have enough evidence to lock you up, they're going to lock you up anyway. If they have enough reason to detain you before they can put up a charge on you, they're going to do it anyway. So why are we, as civilians, why are we doing their job for them? Think about it. Why are you doing their job for them? They're the ones who get paid the big bucks. They're the ones who get paid the big bucks. Mihal said, don't say nothing, you cook. Right. I don't know. Turkey said the smart ones are not usually the ones that jump into crime first. Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right, Turkey. Yeah, but I'm saying if you're like dumber than doornails, like, because I don't think it's smart to even think about I want to do crime, right? I don't think it's smart in general. But if you do decide to go down that route, at least be strategic. At least really have a thought out plan, if you're going to go down that route. I don't promote it, but if you go down that route, you have to be smarter than what you're doing right now, because this is not smart at all. Like the detectives broke down that his girlfriend easily. They did 1 or 2 tactics and they got everything from her. They got the fact that she the one who drove them there. She drove them there. She was the getaway car. The victim's body was dragged into her backseat of the car, and she got paid for it. So, like, honestly, I just don't understand. I don't understand. Let's go on.
And not come in here and try to say, I wasn't there, I don't know nothing about nothing, because that's horse. We know it's horse. We got you on video. The only thing that you can do, that you can get yourself out of prison, is go in there and say, you know what, I take responsibility for my actions. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. It went sideways, but this is what happened. This is my fault. This is my responsibility. But you know what?
If I tell y'all, can I still get a lawyer?
Yes.
If I tell y'all right now, can I still get?
Yes, that's your right. That's your constitutional right to have an attorney before we talk to you. Okay? So we're done at this point.
And
we're going to take you
when all that shit happened before, I promise God I didn't know none of that shit was going to happen. All I know is he told me, he said, man, we finna go ahead and buy some weed. That's all I fucking know. As soon as we got there, next thing I know, Cleve Gordon Jr., he the one picked up the pistol on that man. I just thought it was just for us. We were finna buy some weed and leave.
Do you want to talk to us about it without a lawyer present? We'd be more than happy to sit here and talk with you about it. And what
how long would I have to wait on the lawyer?
Huh?
How long would I have to wait on the lawyer?
You got one in mind that you can call. But by law, we cannot talk to you
Can y'all
about
appoint me with an attorney?
You're going to have to go to court first to be appointed an attorney.
It doesn't work that way. So.
Because I want to tell the truth what happened, because I didn't do nothing, man. I promise God, I put this on my 8 kids. I love to death. I didn't do anything. I promise just supposed to be get some weed and go.
Yo, okay. He said, what is the story about? Well, this is about a couple who pretty much rat on themselves or rat on each other to not get life in prison. So they're pretty much teaming up on them. They separate them, divide and conquer, and they're squealing on each other so they can get lesser time. But y'all know it's a pet peeve for me when I hear people swearing on children. Why are you including your children into your madness and your drama? The simple fact that you have 8 kids, sir, 8 kids. What was you thinking? The simple fact that you have 8 children. I mean, first of all, it would be stupid if you even do it regardless. It would be even dumber if you had 1 child, but you have 8 children. What were you thinking? Oh, I forgot. You're not thinking. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Why is he asking that? Does he think he's going to be released? I believe so. He thinks that if he gets a lawyer, then they're not going to detain him. And that's how the process goes. No, it doesn't. It doesn't go that way. But I'm saying he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't have no clue about what's going on. And now the reality of the situation is starting to set in. All my 8 kids' lives. Why are you doing that? Stop cursing and damning your children. Can you allow them to make their own mistakes first and not have to suffer from the faults of their parents? Can we try that just for once? Just for once. Stop cursing them. Jesus Christ. It might be 3 weeks before he gets a lawyer. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So he will be there. He's going to be detained. It is what it is. So if he thought that was a way to go home, no, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. Trizzy said, damn, 8 kids. Yeah, 8 kids. You heard it right. You heard it right. Oh, we know what was thinking for him. I'm scared to have 1 kid. Don't know how anyone could have 8. Having 8 children is a blessing. It's a blessing when you're responsible and you know how to take care and provide for those 8 children. It's a blessing, right? You have your whole little basketball team, your whole little mini football team or whatever, cheerleading squad, whatever. It's a beautiful thing having a whole bunch of kids in the house. It can also be crazy too, because I have heard stories about, parents losing their minds for having all them kids in the house attacking them at once. But yeah. Let's see. RJ said, if I may point out the pause section, look at his body. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I'm looking at his body too. He's not really being, what's the word? I see that he is scared. However, it's not scared like I'm going to actually tell you the truth. He's scared because he's manipulating or trying to manipulate the detectives that he actually really fear any of these consequences. And he doesn't. He's just trying to manipulate them so he feels that they will go easier on him, and some way he can try to maneuver out of this. You could definitely tell, because even the way how he's looking, how he has his positioning of his head and his neck, and he's literally contemplating what is the next thing that's going that I need to say that's going to be believable, that not only am I feeling guilty, I didn't really have that much involvement with it. I didn't know any of this was going on. Yes, I was present. Yes, I lost my friend, and so forth, so forth. The brain says, I have 5 kids. Oh, good for you. RJ said he is contemplating the next move. Looking up like that is a sign that he's thinking of how he can get out of this. Looking straight up is the brain forming in a quick plan. Absolutely, RJ. Absolutely. Big Trizzy say, I'm sorry for cursing, but can his I ain't gonna read that all the way, but I hear you, bro. I hear you. I ain't gonna read that all the way, but you got it. Reckless plans, but a plan. Right. Sadiq said, what is he supposedly did? He tried to do a home invasion, and in the process, one of his friends that came with him to do the home invasion lost their life. So that's what's going on right now. All right, let's play a little bit more.
Home. That all is supposed to be was walking from some dude. I don't even know this other dude. We walking from his house, but in the midst, I'm the only one being pinpointed, and it was two other people that was there. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. They just told me, "Oh, here go the money. We finna buy some weed." And I had my own money because I finna buy my own weed from the dude. And next thing I know, goddamn, the dude wanted some pills too. So I told my cousin, I said, I got some X pills. That's all I got. Dude wanted to buy. I had like 5 on. So I gave them to him. And he went in the house. Next thing I know, I seen him pull out the gun. Cleve threw me back in the house. We finna rob. I said, we ain't finna do nothing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't got nothing to do with that. I got 8 kids to live for. 8 kids. I'm not finna rob nobody. I've been going through this shit 2 years on probation. Everybody trying to kill me for something I didn't do. I promised to God, man, you guys my probation. I was sure tell you everything. Every time something happened, I told that lady I wanted to even myself a couple of times. That's like that shooting that was on the news. Everybody would blame me for that. I didn't do none of this. I don't know what's going on.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you, sir. Absolutely. I'm about to retire myself.
Scared. We get over here, Cleve. We get in this man's house. You heard me push the door and pull the pistol on the man and hit the man in the head. Come on, man. I'm trying to tell the truth to set me free.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do anything, have nothing to do with that. I said with everybody else, and I promise to God it did not happen no way like that. I promise.
Yeah, unfortunately, RJ, you're correct. So RJ says he's lying and making up stories. Now looking at the detective and looking at the wall, he knows the wall will believe him. Absolutely. And he cannot hold direct eye contact. Like, mind you, there's some people who have nervous twitches where, they can't necessarily directly look at someone because they get nervous and stuff like that. But that is not the case for him, right? Sometimes I do that, right? I can have a conversation, and depending who I'm speaking to, if I get a little shy and nervous, I might glare off or I might look up a little bit, right, while having a conversation. But this is not the case with this gentleman. And I use that term loosely, right? We understand that, right? He's just lying. He called on his probation officer. He called on everybody that he think that will say good things about him and how he feels and what he was trying to do. Sir, if you are on probation, why are you even in the process of dealing with any form of drugs, right? I mean, I know that weed is recreational now, and especially depending on what states you're on. But if you're on probation, don't you lose that right? Really, like, because you got to get tested for drugs and stuff. Don't you lose that right while you're on probation? Aren't you supposed to be off probation before you can start dabbling in even legal drugs, right? So you was already doing the wrong things prior to this situation. So why are you trying to express to the detective that you was on the straight and narrow? No, you weren't. You wasn't even on the straight and narrow before, right? So it's like you're on probation, you're already doing a violation of your probation, and now it turns into a home invasion / robbery that turns into someone losing their life. Sir, you was on the trajectory to fuck shit up regardless, because you could not do what you're supposed to do from the beginning. If you was literally going to work, if you had enough fucking time to go to work and keep yourself busy, or maybe, I don't know, go to the gym, get your weight up, I don't know, do something to keep you busy so you would not be a part of that situation that would trickle down to this. And then on top of that, You talking about, oh, for 2 years, people was trying to take my life. And okay, so why are you still hanging around individuals that put you in a position where people want to take your life? You got to remove yourself from that. You cannot keep on going back to old spaces expecting different outcomes. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. So just like, you know, a lot of it is just to plead to someone's, empathy or sympathy for you. You want these detectives to be sympathetic to you, sympathetic that you was on probation, sympathetic that you never wanted any of this to happen. You just came there to get some weed. Sympathetic that you got 8 kids, but you wasn't with your 8 kids, was you? You wasn't with your 8 kids. You wasn't working to provide for those 8 kids, was you? And listen, we're going to have to stop the nonsense. Stop the madness, all right? Because when you break it down, bit by bit, it doesn't make sense. There were so many steps that led to the point where you got here today. You have to take ownership on that. Correct. While on probation, you are prohibited from using any drugs or alcohol without being a prescription. Right. Exactly. I knew I was right. Thank you, RJ. Homicide. Yes. Turkey says, unfortunately, there we go. Unfortunately, know a few people like that in my life that just cannot keep themselves out of the system. They get in trouble and just cannot keep their noises clean long enough to stay back out. Unfortunately, I think a lot of us know a couple of people like that. And Bruce says, and you're not supposed to be hanging with other felons either. Exactly. Hey, Bama boy, how are you doing this Friday? I hope everything's well with you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Truly appreciate you. And I am doing well, sir. Thank you. RJ said, any judge will always put this restriction and stipulation in every judgment. Right, of course. That makes perfect sense. Especially if they feel like that was not a catapult, but those type of vices also made you believe that you were doing okay behaviors or behaviors that you're going to get away with, right? Because we know that people do certain things when they are under the influence, things that they couldn't do when they weren't under the influence. So that's the reason why a lot of judges will put that in there if they really want you to make a turnaround. It just makes sense, really. No, don't apologize, RJ. I truly appreciate it. Let's see. Turkey said 100 MJ. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Yes, absolutely. The brain said this dude looked like a bum trying to get a quick come up on a robbery and fell. You know what? That is in the basic lamest terms that you could possibly describe the scenarios, the brain, and you're 100% correct. You're just 100% correct on that one. Hey, Miss Thing, how are you? Cindy, it's good to see you, dear. Good to see you. I'm having a good Friday. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Turkey said, yeah, drugs easiest say to push someone right back into a bad decision. Yeah. Root cause analysis clause. Yep. If the drug makes you stupid, it is not allowed, but you can't fix it. Let's go on, RJ.
Then was going to get some weed from him and Cleveland went up the pistol on that man. I told that man, I'm finna go. He closed the door on me. You not going nowhere. You stand right here. I'm not staying here, man. I got 8 kids to live for. And I still end up getting caught up in the crossfire.
Lyntonio claims that he went with Cleveland under the pretense that they were only going to purchase some marijuana. When they arrived at the dealer's home, Cleveland and David both pulled out handguns and attempted to rob the dealer. Lyntonio explains that Cleveland made him stay even though he did try to leave.
Then, goddamn, David D made the dude come in, the one that's supposed to shot him, lay on the floor. I'm still trying to go out the door. Cleve pulled me back in the house. And it still look like it's my fault, no matter what. My mother-in-law was supposed to brought me up here, turn myself in the show. I didn't do it. The only reason why I ran, because I had a VOP and I was scared, because I was like, shit, I haven't done anything. That's the only reason why I ran. 22 years old, I ain't got nothing to do with none of this shit. He said, let me drive. We finna go get some weed. I gave him the car. Me and him, David, in the car. I'm thinking we're going to get some weed. So we go in the house. I ain't see no gun on nobody until we got in the house. So I knock on the door. He was like, "What's up, little bro?" I like, "Nothing. I need something to smoke." And he was like, "All right, come on in." So I come on in. Next thing I know, me and him, we talking to communicate. We finna better walk outside. All I know, David, he shut the door. Don't nobody move. I say, "Man, I ain't got time for shit, y'all know. I ain't robbing nobody. Ain't got time for that." He said, "It's too late now. It don't even matter." It's not too late, bro. I got 8 kids. Y'all don't got kids. Y'all don't look at this shit. Picked up the gun and hit Stefan in the head, and Cleve took his gun out. And I'm stuck. I'm like, "What the fuck going on?" He said, "Where you finna go?" I said, "I'm finna go. I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm finna go. I got 8 kids, bro." Then he snatched me by my shirt back in the house.
Who did?
Cleve, the same clothes I ran for y'all in, the same exact clothes, them red pants. The white dude started shooting. As soon as he started shooting, I took off running because I knew I had a advantage to get away. Cleve standing there talking about, "Come here, come." I'm not coming back nowhere. You got me in a predicament that's f***ed up. Then he talking about getting me killed if I put his name in this situation. That's why I'm so scared right now. I'm telling y'all the God honest truth. I'm tired of people blaming me for something I did.
We're trying to clear things up. That's what we're here doing.
The detective knows that Tatiana was the driver, so she will mention that she knows this information and see if Lyntonio will tell the truth.
So when Tatiana pulled the car up, you tried to help load your cousin back in the car.
She didn't pull up the car. It was Damien.
I mean, you realize Tatiana's right over there.
Yeah.
So here's my thing, right? And this is why the detectives and many other people, even like a jury, will have a problem with his story. If you feared so much for your life that when they started pulling out guns and they started shooting or whatever not, and then you try to leave and they pulled you back in, my thing is, you knew this about these people before this incident. That means that you would have to been afraid of them and afraid of their capabilities prior to this. So again, it goes back to making the wrong decisions from the beginning. Why are you hanging around anyone who is a loose cannon? Why are you hanging around anyone who will betray you or put you in danger, or possibly be the one who will inflict danger on you? Why are you hanging around with a person like that? Why do you think that that is okay? Why? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to sit up there and hang around someone who I think potentially is going to be my killer. Like, not intentionally, right? It's one thing if you get bamboozled and confused, right? Or you don't know, and this person turns out wanting to harm you. But if you already know that this person is dangerous, this person will flip out on you, just as quick as they give you a dap and call you their brother, why are you going anywhere with them? So that's why I say it's a full of crock, right? It's a full of crap. You knew who these guys were. You knew how to get down. You knew how they play. And you knew that they had the capability of pretty much playing you, right? In that situation. You still went. You still went willingly. You still went. And I don't want to hear about I tried to leave out the house. Like, yo, I ain't with this. I'm bouncing and then pulling you back in. That means you knew, because I can't believe that you didn't know that they had a weapon. That's another thing too. I'm not going to believe that you didn't know that they had a weapon when you knew, even though you're trying to say that you didn't know anything about it. That was just supposed to be going to go get weed. I don't believe that. I believe that you knew that it was a home invasion. You knew that they had weapons on them. I'm quite sure you had a weapon on you too. So you mean to tell me you have a weapon, someone pulls you back in the house, and you don't pull your weapon out? If they're now kidnapping you and holding you hostage, what's the weapon for? If you're not going to use it to defend yourself, that they're trying to keep you in the house. Did they have you at gunpoint? Did they say, if you don't be quiet and help us, we're going to shoot you too? Like, come on, dude. Like, you got to think about what you're actually saying. And all this crying is not because your boy is dead. It's not because of those 8 kids that you keep on throwing in every single chance that you get. It's not because of that. You're doing all this crying because you want sympathy, and you trying to find a way to get out of this. That's the only reason why. Or maybe reality is hitting that they probably have more evidence that showed that you was one of the master, the master planners of the situation. But it's not for what you think is delivering. Your crying is not delivering what you think is delivering. I'm just gonna let you know. Just gonna let you know if you didn't know. Let's see. I gotta scroll back up just a little bit. Okay. RJ said, okay, so here's something. So he knew what was happening and he made the decision to stay. He should have left the minute he knew. Thus, he was in on it. Right. Yep. Bama said accessory to murder charge as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Turkey said accessory for sure. He knew stuff about how about to go down. Right. Mm-hmm. It's just really crazy going on. Right. Accessory. Okay. Cindy says, how he got any money to spend on anything other than good but I have no idea. Cindy, people out here is magicians. For real, right? Oh, okay. He's just telling them he's doing better. The brain said, under direct questioning from the prosecution, he's going to forget the details of his lie. Yes, he is. He's about to forget the details of his lie, and give him another minute, he's going to forget. Watch them tell him, when they do another tactic and say that they have his DNA on the gun or something like that, watch his whole story. Watch his whole story change, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Turkey said, yeah, ain't no one pulling him back in. He was willing participant without a doubt. Right. Bama says his story sounds sus, because it is sus. And usually when it don't sound right, that means it ain't true. Turkey says, I got 8 kids. I chose to be here. Feel bad for me. Guy ain't the shape. Yeah, he's not the sharpest crayon. He really isn't. Woohoo! Thank God it's Friday. All right, Miss Jalen free. She free, y'all. She free. He set it up. I think so. I really do. I definitely believe that he did set it up. Absolutely. The brain said, wait till he hit the population yard with all that crime. Man, he better not. He better not. Oh, and shout out to Miss Jalen. Thank you so much for giving out 5 more memberships to the Let's Talk About It crew. Truly appreciate you, sis. As always, your emotional, mental, spiritual, and financial support. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much, Miss Jalen. And let's say hi to our new members. We got RJ, our brother RJ. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It memberships, bro. Shout out to you. Black Beauty Gaming. Thank you so much, sis. How are you? I hope you're having a good Friday. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It membership. Brandy, it's good to see you. Happy Friday. Hope everything's going well with you, ma'am. And welcome to the Let's Talk About It membership. Melissa, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great Friday. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It membership. And Nicole, shout out to you. Happy Friday. Thank you very much. And welcome to the Let's Talk About It membership. Let's see. The brain said, wait, a minute you said master planning, are you thinking conspiracy as another chart? Yeah, I'm thinking, yes. Because remember, in the beginning, the detail was that they knew of someone who had a lot of money, or they had a lot of items that can catch you a pretty penny. So that's why this robbery or this home invasion took place. Also now finding out that this had to quote unquote do with weed and pills and stuff like that. In the drug scene, those are valuable things, right? You can make a lot of money if they have a certain amount of weed or other pills or prescription drugs or non-prescription drugs, whatever, right? So that makes sense. That makes sense. And see, RJ said, "Oh my God, thank you for the gift." Oh, he's appreciating. She said, "I only see 4. Who is the 5th?" Oh no. Let's see. Oh, okay, RJ with the 5 gift memberships. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother RJ. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships to the Let's Talk About It membership. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. And let's welcome the new members. Sydney Porter, ma'am, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy. Welcome to the membership. Kelsey Welch, how are you doing? Hope everything is well. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It membership. TMKC, how you doing, sis? Good to see you. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It membership. Oh, Judah's Redemption, how are you, sir? I haven't seen you in a very long time. Shout out to you. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It Redemption. And Talking with Kinfolk. How are you? How are you? Haven't seen you in a long time, sis. Truly appreciate it. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It membership. And again, thanks everyone. Thanks everyone. I truly appreciate you. Thank you all. And welcome to the membership. I hope you stick around. I will be putting out membership videos. I have to actually do those pre-recording. But shout out to y'all, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, Lana, how are you doing? Welcome. Hope you're having a good Friday. Oh, thank you so much, RJ. Truly appreciate you. All right, let's go on with his lies and his crying.
It was times. My mind, I can't think straight right now. Y'all have a secret. I need to think straight.
We can probably get you on in a minute. We need to get through a little bit of this, though.
Because for Tatiana cop pulled, there was another cop.
Okay, I'm not saying Tatiana's car pulled up. I'm saying when Tatiana pulled up and drove up in her car.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I'm saying, okay? Look, this is not the time to start telling me a bunch of bullshit.
Yes, ma'am, I'm listening.
And I know you're trying to protect Tatiana. And I can appreciate that and I can respect that. Because you're looking after those kids. But look, it is what it is. You know?
Alright, when she didn't know what was going on either. I'm going to just be honest. She didn't know what was going on either. Me and her were both clueless. Mm-hmm. So, next thing I know, she was like, babe, what I'm finna do? I said, man, I want to go back and get my cousin so we can take her to the hospital. Please say, we ain't going no fucking way. You finna take us back to T8. If you turn around, I'm going to kill him. I'm like, what the fuck? What you going to kill me for? Oh, because goddamn, you going to tell on me. You damn right, because I ain't had nothing to do with it. Then we were like, shit, I'll kill you right now. I just said, I ain't going to tell him. I'm going to just sit right here. And that's what I did. Ran from y'all because I'm scared. Y'all let me armed and dangerous. I don't own no firearm. I'm not dangerous. The goodest man a lot of people can never meet. A lot of people tell you that I am not no bad person. Sure enough, my record may look bad because I did shit in my past, but...
Tatiana has already admitted that she knew about the plan to rob the dealer, which makes her an accomplice. Before they move on to Cleveland, the detectives need Lyntonio to admit he knew as well.
Well, Lyntonio, I mean, the problem that I'm having here is that I've talked to a lot of people, all right? And you've sat here and seen me over there talking to her. I already know everything.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
I know that you guys went over there to rob Stefan. I know that.
I did, okay? I promise.
All right, look. It is what it is, man. You went over
there. I put this on my dad, baby. My baby dead and gone. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know nothing what was going on. If anybody telling y'all that's a lie, I didn't know nothing. I promise to God I didn't.
Okay, listen to me. I know for a fact that you went over there to hit a lick on Stefan. All right, I know that. You went over there to get your bill money because you guys were trying to move. I know that. This is not the time to be trying to distance yourself from that, because whether you say I didn't know it was going to happen like that or not, the fact is it happened.
The simple fact is he cannot say that he didn't know that it was going to happen when your own girlfriend admitted that she was told that y'all was going to do a home invasion. How else is she going to get that information if not you, your cousin, and whoever else was with you guys told her? She knew that she needed to be the getaway car. She knew that she had to drive you at someone's house, right? Why would she say that? Yeah, I was told. And then you really want these detectives to believe that y'all sitting up here in a relationship, pillow talking, crushing, smashing, whatever, and that she just popped that in her head. Oh, well, I just randomly knew that this was going to go down and nobody told me. Come on, no. You need to admit the reason why your girlfriend knows is because you told her. That's just how it happens. You told her and she agreed. She was agreed to use her car. She agreed to be the getaway car. That's just what happened. Like all this crying and sniffling and all, like it's not going to help you, bro. Like stop. Like stop. It's really annoying. And they're going to get kind of frustrated with him because they need him to admit, they need him to confess that you actually plotted this out. This wasn't like, oh, you came in to get drugs and they tried to rob you, so you defended yourself because you had weapons and then someone got killed. This is not the situation. This is you literally planned to rob someone and it led to someone dying. That's just the truth. You're just going to have to admit it. The brain said this sounds like a 17-23-year-old plea deal. They don't need a trial for this. No, they don't. I hope, if anything, they do take a plea deal. That would be their smartest move. Whether or not that's going to help them, we'll see. But they should take a plea deal. They know he knows invoking God and stuff. Come on. Yeah. Let's see. Brucey said, forgive me for not being my usual model mouth. Oh, no problem, Brucey. I'm just glad that you're here and supporting. Smoking won't help. Nope. All right, let's go on.
And now you're here. But if you start trying to do bullshit and tell me all this kind of stuff like that, it's not going to help you out. It's not going to help you. So now's the time for you to just lay it all out there. Because when your story doesn't match everybody else's story, guess who's going to get f***ed up? You.
Okay, we was behind on the bill. I got tired of her hounding me every fucking day. How this gonna get paid? How that gonna get paid? Okay, so boom. Cleve came to me personally. He said, what's up with the dude that's still across from where you stay at? I said, man, I ain't really on that robbing shit. And I told him just like that. Then he was like, I heard you had a lick, though. I was like, yeah, I got a lick, but I'm not on that robbing shit. I said, you can go do it, though. So, boom, man, long story short, once he was like, goddamn, anything go wrong, you telling me I'm gonna kill you. Them the exact words that came out of his mouth before all shit happened.
Okay.
So, boom, after that, goddamn, that's when Stefan called me for some pills, some X pills. I say, man, I got, 10 of them left. And he was like, come to the house. And I told Cleve, I said, man, look, whatever go on, I ain't got to do with that. If y'all gonna rob that man, I say, goddamn, I'm not even coming. He was like, well, it ain't gonna be nothing like that. We just finna get some weed and leave. So I get in the house, I see, goddamn, my cousin.
He's still lying, but he did tell vital information. Him and his girl plotted this out. He said that because she was bothering him about paying bills and all this stuff like that, that they needed the money. So now his girlfriend, instead of just being an accomplice, she is a part of the master plan. She was part of the planning. And then on top of that, you enlisted other people to join you to do this robbery because this is what you said to the detective. You told the other guy that you had a lick, but you're not on that robbery stuff. So you had the information for the home invasion. The guy didn't have the information on home invasion. That's not his lick. That's not the person he gets drugs from or anything like that. That is your contact. That's your contact. So you and her plotted this together. We need money. We need to pay these bills and all this stuff like that. Called on another person. And it was like, yo, what you talk about? You got a lick? Yeah, I got a lick. You know, this dude run around and around. I usually get weed from him. I know he got some pills and stuff. So we could probably scoop all that, blah, 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 right? And do I believe the guy told him, listen, yo, if you rat me out, son, and you asking me to come help you to go do this, I would unalive you, son. I believe that could be possibly true. But like I said, it goes back to me saying you knew who you was dealing with. There was a reason why you picked and select the certain people that you picked and select. You got your cousin there because you trust your cousin. He's your blood, right? You sent another person there because he's the muscle, right? He's about stuff like that. He's about snatching and grabbing, right? And then you and your girlfriend, y'all was in money. Y'all was in dire need for money. Y'all needed quick money for whatever reasons, and that's how this all started. So there is the intent. So again, you can't say that you didn't have a weapon. You can't say that you didn't have a weapon. You can't say that the people that you came with, you didn't know they had a weapon. You just admitted that this all was being taken place and planned out. So you got the intent, you got the means. You got everything that you need. You got everything you need to get an actual conviction. And only because you wouldn't shut the fuck up. But they did, the detectives did their job. They put the heat on him. They used a couple of tactics. And since he wants to be manipulative, they knew eventually he was going to rat out everybody else. It was only just a matter of time. Just have them continue to speak and you'll get everything that you need. RJ said that's a confession, intent and motive. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now they move in to clarify it with step by step. Yep, exactly. Absolutely. The brain said dude should have just applied for a job while doing Uber on the side, just admitted to conspiracy. Yes, he did. He did. Hit that like button for me, guys. Truly appreciate it. Hit the like button. Cindy said him and his girl are how they got in the door. They couldn't get in without them. Bingo. Bingo. It was his contact.
Pull his gun out and I see goddamn what's name pull his out. So I get ready to run out the door. Cleve grab me. Where you going? This a robbery. I'm not finna sit here. Or if you telling me I'm gonna kill you, this is what he said in front of everybody. Was I finna be charged with murder?
I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I mean, yes, you're gonna be charged with it because of the simple fact that you were there when it took place, whether or not you say you had a gun or didn't have a gun. But the biggest part, and like I said, a lot of people, I know when something like that happens, you're scared. But the only way to kind of get around that and to help is when that goes down, come straight down, call the police, come straight down to the sheriff's office and say, hey, this is just went bad, this is what happened. But when you're on the run for 2, 3, 4 days, that makes it looks bad.
The detectives wrap up their interview with Lyntonio and move on to their final suspect, Cleveland Golden. At this point, they have all the evidence they need, but if they can get Cleveland to admit he planned the robbery, that would be icing on the cake.
I don't know if they told you why you're here, but I think you already kind of know.
Yeah, I was just like, man, like I told them I would have been turned myself in, but I don't know what's going on, you feel me?
Okay.
Me and my old lady got into an argument Tuesday morning. I'm walking towards W Street. The two dudes that I used to know, David and Poo Poo. I used to know both of them back growing up in Postcode Village. And I jumped in the car with them. We riding. I asked him, my old lady called the phone, asked him, can they go get some food for to eat? He said, well, bro, I can get you some food. I'll take you by the food place, get something to eat. Just hold up for a minute while we stop by 48 real quick. So I'm like, okay, it's all right, it's cool. Bro, we all gonna get out. All right. I said, man, what y'all ain't nothing crazy from going, right? Cause you know what I'm saying? Bro, y'all got me, I ain't got nothing, you feel me? Like, no, ain't nothing crazy from going, bro. People said, we know the dude. So they get out the car. They asked me to get out the car. He asked me to sit in the yard, stand in the yard. So I stood in the yard for a minute.
5 minutes later, I say, well, him say, the dude say, you ain't get nothing, you ain't get nothing. And I heard David like, well, you gonna give me what I want now. And I gave you my this and that right here. So I'm like, I knocked on the door. As missing me knocked on the door, David and Poo-Poo shoot out. Boom, run out the door. Like that. He said, come on. By the time before I leave, the white dude draw the gun on me. And I'm telling the white, hold up, I don't know what was going on. He said, just stay right there, just stay right there. So I don't have nothing going on. So by that time, David shot. Boom. When he shot, I took off. And this thing know he just shoot out. And I just ran. Kept on running. So finally when I seen the news, I seen it said David had got killed. So I'm like, what the man, this not right. So I called it. I'm at the TA in Truman Arms. And I tell his brother what happened. You know what I'm saying? His brother asked me why I left. I ran. They shooting. I don't have no gun. I don't have nothing. For one, I wasn't supposed to be in this spot, but they put me in this spot because they asked me to hold on real quick while they were handling some business.
Similar to the other suspects, Cleveland had no idea that a robbery was taking place, and he just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
But listen, this is what I want to know. Like,
you know, it's so annoying. How come y'all all in the wrong place at the wrong time? Why are y'all not working? Like, what are y'all do? Like, listen, I barely have any time to myself. Barely. I stay working. Like, literally, I had to force myself to take a vacation. There's just too much stuff to be done. Why are y'all always in the wrong place at the wrong time? Like this, you ain't at no mall and something happened in the mall and you were there. This is not the case. This is you're deliberately going to someone's house and something happening. Like, stop the madness. Like, it's just so ridiculous. Oh, I don't know. I was just there and I heard this and I heard that. You hear all this commotion. You hear things not going the way that it's supposed to, right? It's just supposed to be, we supposed to just get the weed and we supposed to dip. But all of this is happening and you're still there. You're still there. You're still helping out. You're like, oh shit, oh damn, whatever. Like, I just don't understand it, to me personally. It could just be a me thing. It really just could be a me thing, but I don't know. I don't know at all. Let's see. Sweetheart says this whole situation is crazy and everyone is putting on each other. Yeah, they are. They didn't plan the situation out. Location, avenue of approach, primary, secondary objective, execution of tasks without collateral damage. They should be charged for being ignorant. They just dumb. They just dumb. That's what we're just witnessing. They're just dumb. They're dumb. Okay? When I was a kid, if I was alone in the store and was acting up or doing something wrong, any adult would get in my grill. It takes a village. Absolutely. But we're not in that time anymore, Brucey. You know, like that was the same way me growing up. Shout out to us Gen Xers, us Exennials, and us older millennials. Like, we are the last eras where a village raised you, right? Like, you get your ass beat by the next door neighbor, you know? Like, when I was younger, my principal lived downstairs from me. There was no skipping class or anything of that sort. Like, you know, they don't have that today. They don't have stuff like that today. Let's see. Hey, how you doing? Happy? It's good to see you. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a good day. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I ain't lying, said the village died and so did I. Dang, you're right. But you're so morbid. Let's see. MJ, I am always at the wrong place at the wrong time. Is my job. Yeah, I mean, that's different, Archie. It's your job to be at the wrong place at the wrong time now. Wrong place at the wrong time. Let's see. Wrong place at the wrong time. Sometimes people get killed on the job. Look at them. Yeah. Absolutely. But in this situation, that's not it. This is someone's house. Y'all all collectively decided to go to someone's house. And you hear that things are not going the way that you thought it was going to go just to buy weed. I don't understand. Why do you need 4 people to go get weed? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. No, they're just full of crap. They're just full of crap, honestly. Happy, all in the line of duty is the profession. Let's see. Yo, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom spaghetti, he's nervous. Oh my God. You better lose yourself. I knew what you were saying, Discover. I knew what you were saying. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right, let's play a little bit more. Let's see what happens. It seemed like he's going to paint himself as, once again, just an innocent bystander who didn't know what was happening. He wasn't a part of the plan. And all this just, was just thrown on his lap.
What size does I have in all this? Because, like I told them, I don't know what they had going on, but at the same time, I wasn't.
Okay. Well, look, here's the deal. I'm just going to be straightforward and honest with you, okay? I've worked now for probably 15 hours on this. I'm tired and I want to go home, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't want to be sitting here bullshitting with you.
Me neither.
Listen, I know way more than you think I know.
You can know me, listen, man. I understand what you're saying, man.
I've talked to multiple people.
You can talk to whoever, listen, mom. Yeah. You can talk to whatever. I'm telling you what I know. I was there.
Okay.
You feel me? Like
and I know, and I'm going to tell you what I know based upon video.
Okay.
We have video from the scene.
You can have video. What you hope you do. If you have video from scene, ma'am,
and we know that what you're saying is not true.
Ma'am,
you're telling some of it.
No, listen,
but you're not telling everything.
Listen, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm telling you the honest truth. I don't know how y'all sitting here trying to play it in no other kind of way, ma'am. Yeah, I'm telling you the God honest truth. If you had a video to see it, you will see that I'm telling you the truth. I don't know, like everybody say, it wasn't no home invasion. It wasn't no home invasion. Some people knew what was going on. But whatever they had going on inside the house, it didn't work out to the way they wanted to work out.
Now, how'd y'all get back?
Who get back?
How'd y'all get back home?
I got back because, what they say, how it happened? I couldn't put them in the car.
What car?
Poo-poo them car.
Okay.
I couldn't put them in the car with poo-poo them. So, poo-poo them and missing them. Poo-poo said, I'm finna go. I gotta go. You feel me? I gotta go with something. I gotta get the drugs off me. This is exactly what he said. I got the drugs off me.
Like, just God.
I said, well, you go ahead. They left me. I'm walking.
All right, here's the deal. That's a bunch of bullshit right there.
You said what you want to say, man.
I've got it on camera. I watched the video.
No, I got out the car. Listen, when they backed the car back, ma'am, and went back that way, I got out the car.
They hauled ass.
Yes,
they hauled ass.
Right-handed God.
You got in the car, right-handed God. You got in that car.
I did get in the car.
And you drove the off with the rest of them.
No, they back, ma'am. When they back, he went that way. When they went that way, ma'am, right-handed God, ma'am, I'm telling you no lie, ma'am. I got the car, the corner up the thing, the road.
It's time for you to get right with God, okay?
I've been right with God, ma'am.
Get right with God and tell me the fucking truth. I'm getting up and I'm getting out of this room.
Right-handed God, ma'am. Listen here, ma'am. Right-handed God, ma'am. I have kids, ma'am. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you the truth, ma'am. They don't have nothing to do with them. I'm telling you, it wasn't no home invasion. Whatever they had going on inside the house.
Never get a lawyer.
I don't know what they had going on, ma'am. I was not a part of none of this. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not a part of none of this. I don't think when they said I tried to help them. You're right. I tried to help them. They put me in the car. Poo-poo said he finna go somewhere else. I got out the car like I told you. I got out the car.
When did you call 911?
I didn't call 911. The black woman in the yard called 911.
When did you go to the police and say, man, this shit just went happen?
Sir.
Not him on his knees. Not him on his knees. Like, come on, my guy. Like, seriously, why are you on your knees for, bro? That don't make no sense. I don't know why you even think you're doing that. Like, you think you getting on your knees and all this stuff like that is they're going to just, like, let you go? No, you was at a scene of the crime. You helped. You knew certain things. Whether or not if you was the one who pulled the trigger or not, they're going to find out once they find the weapon and they check for fingerprints, right? But getting on your knees, what that gonna help you? How that gonna help you? Come on now, like stop all this foolishness. Stop all this foolishness. The way that woman is talking is hilarious. she upset. She upset. It's been a long day. It's been a long day with her. To be honest, if I was in that room, I would have needed to excuse myself a few times. Just realizing, yeah, I've been dying laughing. RJ over here with the poop, like the poo-poo name. Like, come on. Oh, it's just terrible. Let's finish this out, guys.
Like I told listen, sir. Like I told his family, I went to his family and told his brother what happened. I don't know what to do. You feel me? Because
well, you know the difference between right and wrong. What's the right thing to do?
The right thing was to do was the day was my birthday. My fiance tell you that the day was my birthday.
Today?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
I was going like Monday morning. I was gonna go if they asked me for questions. I asked people what I need to do. But at the same time, man, with this white man shooting at them and he shot him, and then if you see my face, you know my face. I'm not from here like that. I'm from Alabama. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. Then his family talking about shit and threats at me. His family was sending threats at me and saying this and that right there. And I'm telling y'all what happened. So, for you talking about a bunch of bullcrap, man, it's not a bunch of bullcrap, man. I swear to God, it's not.
Yes.
Hang tight, and we're going to get you out of the jail so we can get this show on the road, okay?
Okay, so what they charge me with?
Murder.
How can I get charged with murder?
Read the report.
Nope.
Sir?
Read the report.
Report about what?
They're going to get your paperwork.
I know.
That's crazy. I can charge somebody that had nothing to do with it.
It's crazy,
I ain't got nothing to do
right?
with none of these shit, man. What the fuck?
Like, get your hell
If you say you got cameras, then you get the cameras right. Then you'll see me at the right inside the yard the whole time.
In the end,
Who you
all
arguing
three
with?
suspects would be charged and convicted of murder. Tatiana was sentenced to 24 years in prison. Lyntonio received 25 years, and Cleveland was sentenced to 50 years in prison. What are your thoughts on this case? Did Tatiana receive a fair sentence? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
Yes, I think she did receive a fair sentence. And the reason why is because you sat up there with your boyfriend and you planned to do this. That was his connect. Y'all planned it. Y'all wanted the money. Then you got the real shooter, that guy, to come and actually do something, harm and hurt people. And that's why he got the most time. He got the most time because he probably has a long criminal history, right? He's probably already a 3 strikes you out felon. And then now to be put into a home invasion / robbery that turned into a homicide. Yeah, they was going to give him the most time, especially if they found out that he was the one pulling the trigger. At the end of the day, listen, they all got the amount of time that they deserve. Stop fucking doing stupid shit and you won't have stuff like this happen. All right. You won't play stupid games. You're going to get those stupid prizes. It is what it is. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. It is what it is. Like, especially when it comes down to Shorty, because outside of those 2 men, the only one who seemed to have any form of employment was Shorty. The girl, she worked at Whataburger. Like, you should have known better, ma'am. You should have known better. Y'all all should have known better, but it is what it is. I don't feel sorry for neither one of you. It is what it is. All right, so next case I have for you, good folks. Make sure you're hitting the like button for me. Truly appreciate it. Share this out to anybody who likes these type of reviews, or comment later on after the stream in the comment section. You can tell me of cases that you would like me to review on the channel, okay? The next case that I have for you is a killer husband pretends to be concerned until she turns him in. So I'm thinking this is a man who possibly tried to unalive his wife and he didn't succeed. So let's take a look at this and let's see how this one plays out, shall we? Here we go.
911, what is the address of your emergency? Okay, what's going on?
My neighbor next door thinks that he's come out screaming out of his house and he thinks his wife is dead in bed.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
Oh God!
Police and emergency workers were already headed to the scene to render aid in the city of Hamilton, Ohio. As they converged on the Paris Avenue address, they would have no idea what they were stumbling into.
Something along that lines.
She said, there's life squad, there's fire department, there's detectives, there's police. I said, oh my God, what's happened? There's something about him now and then that clicks. He wanted to cut the fingers off of people.
I mean, my dad's always been a vicious, like, I can't even describe it. It's not a human.
Before we begin, we would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the family and loved ones of Rachelle Brusock. Police Officer Katie Johnson of the Hamilton Police Department was the first on the scene at the small house located at 1270 Parish Avenue. She went into the house and quickly found Rachelle's body. At first look, it appeared that the woman had suffered from a horrible attack. Officer Johnson quickly made sure the house was clear of any other occupants or potential attackers before allowing arriving paramedics and firefighters to enter the premises. Outside, Rochelle's longtime companion, Toby Madden, was being calmed by other officers and watched closely. Neighbors were gathering to watch as well and to speak to the arriving police officers. The house, which was undergoing renovations, was a total wreck inside. Cabinets, tools, pieces of mismatched furniture were everywhere, mixed with the clothes, groceries, and debris of everyday life. And there, in the front room, beside a fallen cabinet, just below the window, lay Rochelle's lifeless, murdered body. Toby began explaining to the police that he had been sleeping and had woken up to find her dead. He had attempted CPR, but she was already gone. He'd yelled for help and ran out into the front yard screaming for help before a next-door neighbor called 911. He remained hysterical and emotional, saying that there had been a group of 3 men inside the house earlier in the day, but that he had been sleeping when they arrived and fell back asleep before they left. Toby would soon be loaded into a police cruiser and taken to the Hamilton Police Department headquarters. Taken into an interview room and left to wait, the man would
Okay, yeah, so I'm not really liking how this is going. How do 3 men be in your house and you don't know who they are, but you're like half awake, half asleep, and you just roll your butt over and go back to sleep? And then like I don't know, like that's just weird to me. And I guess it's weird to me because I'm such a light sleeper, right? Any type of noise, even light, will have me up, like wired up. So I don't understand, like how do you even know that there was 3 guys in your house if you supposedly was supposed to be asleep? And then you're looking at his outfit now, like because he's laying in I guess the interrogation room. It seemed like he has some type of blood or something on his shirt. I don't know what it is. But let's go on. I'm just not liking how this is turning out. It literally seemed like it's all for play, just off of this little bit of information.
lay down on the floor and go to sleep. After being awakened by detectives, he was examined for injuries and photographed for evidentiary purposes. Blood evidence on his shirt and shoes, along with scratches on the man's arm and torso, raised immediate warning flags. Had he picked up traces of blood while attempting to render aid to Rochelle, his companion of more than 20 years, or had he picked them up during a struggle with the woman desperately fighting for her life? Back at the house, detectives and crime scene forensics technicians would go to work. The murder appeared to have happened near where the body was found, and it appeared that there had been some attempt to clean up some of the evidence. In one case, a tile sample board had been leaned up over the front window in a poor attempt to hide a large patch of blood. Blood spatters.
So this already makes him look 100% guilty. 100% guilty. Because no real robber or home invader, they're not cleaning up a damn thing, right? Usually people who clean up or try to clean up a crime scene is someone who would be most likely considered number 1 suspects. And we all know that when the police go out and the detectives go out, they usually question family members, immediate family members, spouses, children, anyone who's in close proximity to the actual victim every single day. They usually question them first, right? So those are the ones who will usually try to clean things up, or someone who may have possibly threatened them or was around them at one time. They'll try to clean things up. Not no random stranger. A random stranger is not going through all that work to be finding bleach and Clorox to bleach everything around and stuff like that. And then also, how did they know to put, like, I guess, what is that thing? I don't even know what that thing, like a painting or something on the window shield to cover up blood. It just seemed really fishy from the beginning that You did a horrible job trying to clean up a murder scene, but you really want the police to believe that you was asleep the whole entire time and you don't know what happened to your wife. Oh, happy birthday to your mom. Oh, is it your mom? Mom or ma'ams? Is it your mom? If it's your mom, happy birthday to her, William. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to her. The brain said, I can feel the TV on downstairs. I know, right? Exactly. RJ said, forensics will be able to determine if a smear or a splatter patterns will tell the shoes are the key. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. For a real brain, my dog moves. Oh, you talk about your dog. Bruce says, right, MJ, they are familiar with the house. They know the people who own the house. Right. It just doesn't look good for him so far.
Were still everywhere, and pools of blood were still around the body, testifying to the savagery of the attack. On-scene estimates put the number of stab wounds at over 50. Toby, who was now being held in custody, was being uncooperative and unwilling to provide anything besides his initial story. Detectives spoke individually with two sisters who lived in the house next door to Rochelle and Toby. Ann Mayers would be interviewed first on the day after the murder.
So you get up at 9:40 this morning to make coffee.
Yeah, fooled around, did blood sugar. It was probably 10:30 when I went outside.
And when you say you go outside, you went on your front porch?
On the front porch, yes.
And you're okay?
Yes. And I was sitting there flipping through the phone, my messages and phone messages and everything, and all of a sudden I heard, now I'm going to do it so they don't come in here busting in here.
That's all right. Yeah. Something along that lines.
It was a woman's. It wasn't a man's holler.
Yeah.
Or screaming. I don't know if it was a scream fest or because I only heard that voice or that screech.
And you think it was around 10:30?
I'd say around there, 10:30, 10:45.
Okay.
Okay? And I never thought a thing of it. Nothing else went on. I went in, fixed something to eat, and my sister comes and says, Sissy, there's police everywhere. I said, in Hamilton? It's a joke.
Yeah.
And she said, there's life squad, there's fire department, there's detectives, there's police. I said, oh my God, what's happened?
But how familiar had they become with Toby over the short time the couple had been next door?
But the most part that you know is it's her and another guy that's staying there?
Toby. We know Toby
so
because
Toby.
He's always hollering at us about not.
So I'm glad that they're interviewing these two ladies. So apparently they kind of know that marriage. They know that couple. They said that they heard a woman scream. I'm sure that's them living so close to them. They would have saw if three guys came into the house. They would have also saw people that they don't know who live in the house being there. So far, they have not said that they saw someone that they did not know enter that house. That is a big problem, especially going off of what the husband is saying. Because they would have had said, yeah, we seen this person, this complete stranger. He was wearing black. He jumped into a blue Chevrolet. What up? They would have had no problem squealing, all right? Because look, these are old aunties, okay? They nosy as hell. They want to know everything that's going on in the neighborhood. They want to know what's going on in everybody's house. That is something that they can go talk about and gossip about while they about to go play bingo. Did you hear that Cheryl getting divorced? That's what they do, okay? So they would have been very open to say if they seen someone who they do not know enter their house and then proceeded to hear a woman screaming. The simple fact that they haven't even mentioned anybody else yet, that wasn't their initial thought, then it has to be someone who resides in that house. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Let's see. The brain said tampering with the crime scene, took a forensic class in 2003, and you can't clean blood with household products like bleach. Right, exactly. A lot of people don't know that. They think that they follow what they say in the movies, and they think that everything that's in the movies is factional, and it's not. There's a lot of fictional that goes on into the movies, but they will believe, yeah, you can get rid of bleach. No, you can get rid of blood with bleach. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And he cleaned up his hands to get the blood off and make it look like a home invasion. Right. But he did a poor piss job with his shirt. If that's the case, you might as well have put your shirt in the laundry room, right? Or, put it in the washing machine. You didn't even do that. William said, totally agree with you, MJ. No way is a believable stranger is going to try to clean up a crime scene. I have never seen one do it. I have never seen one do it at all. The brain said, no, Lumino will find it regardless. Right. The smallest particles of blood will be found. Even, yes, you're right, brain. Turkey said, right, MJ, or even if it's a lot of random people were coming and going off, then yes, they aunties be in it. Aunties in everybody's business. Come on, let's not play. It doesn't matter what ethnicity, what race, whatever. Now, aunties is in everybody's business, okay? Aunties be in everybody's business. Let's go.
Mean holler.
Right.
Hey,
okay. So you're familiar with Toby?
Yeah, he had a honey-do list yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, and we were, get your honey-do list done, and he says, oh my God, but we have no big conversations with these people.
Happy Friday,
but we're cordial, and they are too. First time I met Toby, he came up our front steps, which we don't use. We're in the process of blocking those off.
Right.
Going up the driveway. He came up and just conversed, he seemed like a nice guy. I thought, for once, we're going to have good neighbors.
Right.
Sadly, the neighbors had not brought peace and quiet with them. Anne's sister, Linda, who was raising her middle school-aged grandson in the home, spoke next with the detective.
She seemed like a wonderful lady, but there's something about him now and then that clicks. It sounds strange to say this, but something in him clicks. He wasn't like that quite a few times, and that's why I asked her, is there something that he's supposed to be taking that he's not taking? Because that one day he was so weird. It was just, we had to go in, and then we said we're not even going to talk to him because we just got the heebie-jeebies out of him.
Like, was there something that he was doing that caused that?
Like a psycho, like a psycho. Just really strange.
I guess trying to describe it, if you could, to me to understand, like it's his behavior.
He was in a frenzy, a real deep frenzy.
He's like yelling and screaming?
Well, somebody had broken into his car with a screwdriver, and he had one of these guys that came down from back behind the house next to him. He had him like blocked, and he had him for like 2 hours, and you could see him talking about his stuff and all this, and he was like in a frenzy, and he ran up the steps and ran up the front steps. We had him blocked off because you have to go around the driveway to get up. But he ran up the steps and said something to Ann and ran back down and went and talked to this guy and ran back up and ran over across. He was just like in a frenzy. It was a weird, like a panic frenzy. Yeah. And we were not comfortable with it at all.
It was normal behavior for him, and it put you on edge.
Well, I don't know if it's normal for him, and that's why I asked his wife. Well, it's not his wife. It was his. I said, are you married to him? And she says, you might as well say I am. So they must have been boyfriend and girlfriend for some time.
Okay.
Toby had left Linda ill at ease with his behavior. Linda did develop a genuine concern for Rachel. Investigators found out that the house was owned by Rachel's sister, Sherry Celeste, and brother-in-law, Kim Sharp. They had hoped that the new surroundings might provide a reset for Rachel after the last few rocky years the couple had suffered through. While the original plans were to have the house completely renovated before they moved in, Rachel had grown tired of the hassle and expense of living in a motel. The couple had just moved in a week before the murder.
Toby Manning had been gone for a while. He kind of disappeared for a while. Yeah. Nobody knew where he was. And then he suddenly reappears one day.
At our house with her.
Yeah.
The first time we saw him, it had resurfaced, was they were together at our house.
How did they see him when you saw him?
Little weird. Made a story that he'd been traveling on doing these parking lot car sales for weeks at a time across the country, and that they were done doing these parking lot events, and he somehow found his way back, and she literally told us at dinner that day, and he was with dinner, that he just called out of the blue and said, pick me up at this place. And
wasn't it like in Kentucky?
Yeah, Kentucky. And then they came in to our house. That was, we were the first ones to see him surface.
The odd dynamic between Toby and Rochelle had been going on for nearly a decade before, and his behavior, while erratic, was supposed to be improving with his medications. He had also taken a hand in doing some of the work around the house himself. Still, there was something about that night before Rochelle's death that gave Sherry and Kim pause. Then, Sherry remembered an encounter with a neighbor that had been asking about Toby's behavior in the week prior.
I was down at the house last week, the Parrish Avenue house, and she was talking.
So far, the neighbors and even like the new couple that was moving in, the information that they're giving about this couple is very troubling to me. So there's a lot of erratic behaviors that I guess the husband has been showing to everybody that's around them in this particular type of neighborhood. I think this is another reason why they're very comfortable to go speak with the detectives about what they know about them and what their interest is in and whatever type of conversation they have had before. I don't know. It's kind of alarming because, like, you know, they don't really you don't want to assume that, oh, something's wrong and then, misjudge someone. But I don't know if this person is doing like wishy-washy things and it seems like they're always in debt or they're always in trouble or something like that. I don't know. You have to be mindful. You have to be careful. If they seem like they're always snooping around, or leaving out in the middle of the night all the time. They don't never go out during the day, or they're always moving something at night. Like those things that gets, that makes people alarmed, right? And then it's not to say that people don't have the right to just take out their trash at night because they don't want to take it out during the day, or you know what I'm saying? Like we can't fault people for how they want to live their lives. However, there is some signs where you can tell that maybe something might be going on or something suspicious might be going on, right? So we have to just, use it as a grain of salt, not necessarily, put past judgment on people too early on before you actually know what's going on, but just be mindful. And I think that's what these tenants and these neighbors were doing. They were just keeping tabs about little things that was going on. They didn't necessarily address, hey, what's going on in your house and stuff like that. They kept it, they kept it cute, which I would say I appreciate it. But then when this type of situation happens, I always look at, the neighbors and them and how they feel. Some feel guilty, some don't, but let's go on.
She was outside picking up after other people's dogs. And the lady next door on the left, I think her name was Linda, she lives in a dark gray house. Okay. And they were out there talking when I arrived. Mm-hmm. And Linda said to her, the conversation they were having was, Linda said to her, and I heard this, she said, so is he your husband or what?
You're probably right, Brucey.
And Rachel said, why? Is he bothering you, or is there a problem? And Linda said, and I told you this, she said, he's weird. Okay. He's really weird. And then like creepy weird.
It do seem like it.
And Rochelle's comment to you.
It was that, and Rachel said, well, she says he can be weird. She said, I'm sorry if he was bothering you. And I said to her, so we went up those steps, and I said to her, I don't think that's good. You've only been here a few days, and the neighbor's already saying that he's weird. Right. That's not good. And she says, he is weird. And she says, he's quite frankly getting too weird for me.
Toby was much more than just a strange man who had moved into the neighborhood. Toby had a long history in Hamilton, and it wasn't a very good one. He'd served time as a juvenile for shooting 3 people, paralyzing one of them. He was also a known drug abuser of crack cocaine and, more recently, crystal meth. A cousin of his, Tanya Cook, had come to the police department to speak with Detective Robert Horton to give a better picture of what kind of man Toby was, the situation that Rochelle had been living in, and what may well have led up to the incident.
Sometimes he would act normal, like a normal human being.
Yeah. Hey, Moa, how are you? Happy Friday. Hope everything's going well.
Always going to the door, checking, looking outside.
Did he ever tell you, like, anybody was after him or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so first it was a gang.
Okay.
I don't know what gang it was. I mean, I'm pretty sure I probably heard the name of it or whatever. I guess he beat up a guy in a bar years ago.
Okay.
And it ended up being one of the gang members, and they've been after him all this time.
Okay.
Well, then it goes into, Rochelle was sexed into this gang, that all the members of the gang slept with her, and now she's a member of the gang.
Could a drug-fueled paranoia mixed with underlying psychosis have pushed Toby to act out and to take the life of the woman who cared for him?
I think anybody is capable of murdering somebody, but I know, without a shadow of a doubt, he did that to Rochelle.
Let me ask you this. What makes you think that?
Because he said it too many times.
So how many times do you think he said it?
Almost every time he comes to my house. He would, if it wasn't Rochelle he was going to kill, he was going to kill someone else.
Damn, not you getting ratted out by your own blood cousin. Yeah, I know he did that to Rochelle. Well, how do you know? Well, every single time he came to my house, he said he was going to kill that hoe. That's wicked. Wicked. So like now is wondering why. So so far the video essayist is saying that it could possibly be like tweaking out off of drugs. And I guess the dynamics in the household that led to this happening to her. But if someone think that is some biker gang affiliation, and apparently she's supposed to have been like the pass around in a biker group, I guess they're gonna also ask whether or not if it was like some form of like jealousy, some form of like a triangle love type of thing going on. Did it have to do with? Did she try to take any of his drugs? Was she on drugs? Did she take any of his drugs? And he got mad or angry and did that? Like, those are many questions I would ask. Hopefully we get those type of questions going forward when they go through the process of, I guess, re-interviewing or re-interrogating this guy. But yeah, it seems there's a lot more going on than what I initially thought this case was going to be. William said, yeah, Bruce, they got the goods on you to gossip about it. Mm-hmm. Now, MJ's brain will show is superior to the... Thank you, Brucey. Snitch. She sure did snitch. She snitched all the way out. And that will be kind of concerning for me too, right? Not because I don't think she's not doing the right thing. I do believe that she's doing the right thing. But I don't know, the way that she's becoming so forthcoming about it. If he had made multiple threats about unaliving this woman, why didn't you get anybody involved before, or why didn't you let this woman know, hey, listen, I don't know if he threatens you verbally, but he's been telling me every single time he come to my house that he is sick of you and that, he wants to harm you. I think that you need to, stop living with him or get him out of his house or get a new living, situation. I'm concerned about your safety. That should have had also happened as well. But for you to just be like allowing this guy to come in your house and tell you that he wants to off someone, and then now it happens, you're like, yeah, I figured it was him. He's been saying it for 50 times. It's a little weird to me. I don't know if she has any involvement in this, but let's go on.
he wanted to cut the fingers off of people. I had a cigar cutter laying on the table, and I don't even know where it comes from. I buy junk all the time. And he asked could he have it because he wanted to cut somebody's finger. I was like, yeah, sure, Toby, take it.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, so now when I talked to you in front, you kind of alluded to it. You said he had threatened to kill Rochelle. I mean, did he say why or what? Or why he was going to do it? Or he was just upset? Or, I mean, what?
It's because he thinks all these things.
Like the stuff about her being in a gang or
and
cheating?
She's against him. She's with them, so therefore they want to kill him, so does she.
So let me ask you this. So was she trying to get away from him now or just kind of trying to move on? I mean,
She was trying to get on with her life. That's the part where it gets all messed up. To like get away from them.
Well,
we don't understand. Okay, so like we sat and talked about this for hours.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with us that we can't get away from these idiots that are treating us this way and saying stupid stuff? He held her hostage. I know he did.
What was that?
When she lived in Covington, her landlord lived in the bottom. He held her hostage there. I think this was a separate incident when he took and hit her in the head with the axe.
What was that?
When they lived in Covington and in the lake. I think that's when she realized that he may just try to really kill her.
Tanya would go on to tell of another incident at Christmas time when Rochelle and Toby had come to their house for a get-together, but ended up with the two in an argument. The argument moved outside, where Rochelle had defended herself by hitting Toby with a stick, but Toby had turned around and pointed a gun right at her head. The fight happened directly in front of Tanya's child.
At that point, and that's when I told him, I don't care, you may be family, but I want nothing to do with you.
And there was no doubt in Tanya's mind that Toby had finally killed Rochelle on that fateful October morning in 2022. Rochelle and Toby's 24-year-old daughter, Michaela Madden, would speak with the detectives next. She would add light on the relationship between the couple, and she had few kind words to say, if any, for her father.
How you doing? Happy Friday. Hope everything's well with you, dear.
Now, I know, what I'm trying to do is reach my SC coming here. I'm trying to get yes, of everything.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what it is. And which I'm sure Ginger probably had already said something to you about it. And I mean, we're trying to figure out kind of like what's been
What's wrong with the man?
Well, just I mean, I know they lived with you in, was it up in Loveland? You said?
Yeah, well, he didn't really live there.
Right.
He brought his junk that he likes to call that he can make money off of. Never wanted to get a job.
Sorry that happened, Brucey.
I mean,
has he been that way like your whole life?
No.
Or no?
No. I mean, he's always been abusive, alcoholic, drug user.
Yeah.
Leave on the holidays, events, certain things. Would leave on Christmas Day and not come back for a while, things like that. He's always been a very abusive, physically, emotionally, verbally, all that through my childhood. Domestic violence was a lot.
On you or your mom?
Both.
Okay.
Both. I've seen a lot.
Like
growing up. Sorry, let me just put that secret here. I'm feeling heavy.
I mean, you say domestic violence. I mean, was he putting hands on?
Oh yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah.
Hitting, punching.
Oh yeah. I used to have fist fights with my dad.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm not letting him touch my mom.
Right, I get you.
Foremost, like you're always going to protect.
Right.
What's yours as my mom. Right.
Yeah, I understand that.
Michaela would, however, talk about the love and commitment she had for her mother, trapped in a relationship and a codependency she couldn't seem to get out of, mainly because Toby would never stay gone for very long. In the end, she could only give a last damning statement about her father.
Don't act like you don't know.
Drugs have killed his brain cells tremendously. Like, I looked at that mugshot, and I don't see a human in there. Is that weird to say?
No.
I don't see a human. I see a, like, and my daughter asked, I see, as she tells me on Monsters Real, I'm really like, yes, they walk this earth.
Toby would remain in jail without bond. His indictment for first-degree murder and felonious assault charges would be handed down in 2022. During this time, autopsy reports on Rochelle came back showing that she had been stabbed a total of 55 times with a short-bladed knife. She suffered wounds to her head, neck, torso, back, arms, and one knee. In the house on the day of the murder was found a shopping bag from Kroger's. Inside, along with a number of candy bars, was a receipt that had been printed out showing that someone using Toby's card made the purchase just after 9 p.m. the night before the murders. It would take over 2 years for Toby to be brought into court and sit before a jury. In the intervening time, Toby would fire 5 defense attorneys, 4 appointed for the court, and attempt to act as his own defense twice before an end was put to his shenanigans and a final attorney was appointed for him. Once he got to court, however, he would oftentimes be disruptive, eventually having to be removed from the courtroom for his outbursts.
55 times.
So, with all this information, I don't know why it took them that long to actually like charge him for this lady's death. There was just too much evidence that confirmed that he was the one who did it, especially that damaging interrogation from his cousin saying that she, with her heart, believed that he would do it because he had said that he wanted to do it every single time he used to come to her house. But even though I believe that this man do suffer from anger issues, you could definitely tell that he has anger issues out the woodwork, right? And he's always seemed to get what he wants, right? By being very pushy and aggressive. He's not dumb. He knew that by him canceling and continuing to cancel all his counsel, that's a stall tactic, so he won't actually face a judge that will look at the whole case in totality, see all the evidence, see that bleach was used, finding the bleach bucket, finding the actual knife, finding blood on the confirming that his DNA was also mixed within her blood. He knew that by counseling them back to back to back, it's going to take a couple months, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, not getting new counsel, and then you'll be presented to a new judge, right? And it's just like he was trying to make sure that he keep on getting a new judge, prolonging the whole situation. So he's not dumb, you know what I'm saying? He's not the he's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. He has somewhat of an understanding. I just think the problem with him is that since he can't control his anger, and he also can't control the fact that he has to be in control all the time, that's what really got him all messed up at this point. Let's see. Hold on. He looks crazy. Yeah, he does. It looks good. Oh, thank you. Let's see. He would do it while, you're talking about your situation. Okay. I don't want to put that information out there. Y'all continue to talk in the chat. Let's finish this up. Let's see what I think this is the prosecutor. Let's see what he has to say.
Each time this defendant stabbed Rochelle, she got closer to her death. As Dr. Updegrove told you through those photographs. Each stab wound brought her closer to death. She got butchered in the home that she was renovating. And I ask that you hold this defendant responsible for killing her. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that State Exhibit
Jurors, I'm going to ask you to return to the
State Exhibit 66 is a stick in there. And I also, if you look at the video of them questioning me down at the police station, if you look at it, they asked me, how did the blood get in the sink? I told them that there was blood on my face after I was doing CPR, and I told them that I went to the sink.
At this time.
Look at State Exhibit number 66. Ask for it back there and see. there's a stick right there. They won't. There's plenty of things they won't bring to you.
Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to be polite.
You can get that. Okay, now we got it. Okay,
Sit your ass down.
The court is not going to tolerate. We get back on.
You're not, listen,
All right,
what
we're
you're
going
not
to
going
move
to
to
do
the
is I'm not
defendant to
going to
the
sit
upstairs
here
room
and
location and
allow
take a
you to.
recess. Thank you.
This is what you did the last time when
Toby was often emotional during the 5-day trial, but never admitted to the killing.
Would you request to
Y'all see that fake shit? No, he's so fake.
I asked him to stay with the defendant and keep him where he was at while I cleared the house so that EMS was.
What were you concerned? Why did you want to clear the house?
Yo, he is wicked.
Well, at this
He is
time,
so
I did not
fake.
know
It's crazy.
if there was anyone else left in the house that possibly could have done this to her.
Toby's erratic behavior would eventually lead him to having to be physically removed from the presence of his own attorney. In the end, after all the delays, threats, and theatrics by Toby Madden, the jury took less than 2 hours to deliberate and return guilty verdicts on all counts. Judge Jennifer McElfresh would hand down a sentence of 15 years to life, with an additional judgment of 10 years for being a repeat offender. He would not be eligible for parole for 25 years. Rachel's kindness and caring nature lingers on in the memories of her loved ones, but it may also have been part of her downfall, unable to give up on a man as vile and dangerous as one could imagine, even at the risk of her own life. If you find yourself in a situation of domestic violence, please seek out the resources in your community or call the National Domestic Violence Hotline in the United States at 1-800-799-7233. You are not alone.
Prayers to that woman. She shouldn't have never been with a douchebag like that. Obviously, he has anger issues. He has control issues. He's very manipulative. And like I said, everything that he was doing in the court was strategic. He was literally trying to make sure he keep on getting a mistrial because that would prolong him for being in jail. That's smart. That's not dumb. You know, like people who are dumb would not know that they could do something like that, right? Try to create a mistrial, try to bring up and say, oh, the detectives did something wrong. The detectives didn't read me my Miranda rights. I asked for a lawyer, but the detectives continued on having the conversation with me and coerced me to continue to have the conversation, even though I literally asked for a lawyer. All of those things are tactics to help you in this situation, right? And for him, getting a mistrial would have been in his best benefit. It would have, right? Because we know that the more the time goes by, evidence starts to disappear, right? DNA starts to, all that. So I'm glad. Me personally, I think he should have got more instead of 15 years to life. I think he should have gotten more. However, they did add an additional 10. But yeah, prayers to that woman. Really, it's sad. It's really sad that happened to her, and the fact that everybody, to his mom, his sister, his cousin, even to the neighbors, they all seen something bad about this guy and his dealings with this woman. And I mean, nobody stepped in or nobody called the cops. I would say, if anything, just call the cops and let them see the situation themselves, right? Get them involved. Let them, start a paper trail. I can understand you not want to get involved because you don't know whether or not if she wants to really go, and you don't want her to turn around on you because she's not ready to let him go, right? And I always preach that too. Like, you can only do but so much for an abuse victim. They have to say when no is no. When they're ready to say no and let go, that's when you just have to be ready and prepared to help them when they finally decide to say no. But if you just think that you're going to just yank this person from an abused person, they're going to literally follow right back to that person. They're going to really take their little happy ass right back to the person until the cycle starts all over again. So, all right. Guys, I have one more case for you, good folks, and then I'm going to let y'all enjoy your Friday. I'm glad that these are moving on the way that I wanted to move on. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you all rocking out with me. You could have been anywhere right now on a Friday, but you're rocking out with me. So I truly appreciate you. Truly appreciate you. Turkey said, oh, wow, he's trying so hard to stand up all aggressive and crying. Right. Like that whole scene when he was like, that is crazy. Not the way you sitting up there standing up and like you about to jump the judge and all the stuff like that. They told you to sit down. How many times you wouldn't even sit down? You cursing at them and all this, like, but you expect me to believe that that was sincere? No, absolutely no. Absolutely not. William said, afraid to face his guilt and the consequences, coward. Right. He thought everything that he did was believable. 4 years dream about running into him and all. Oh, okay. You're still talking. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Hey, Sean, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're having a well day, sir. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Don't worry about it being late. As long as you're here, that's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. All right. So the next and final case I have for you guys is about Missy. So Missy realizes that she is going to prison forever. I haven't reviewed this yet, so we're going to review it together. So let me go ahead and pull up my screen and we can get into it. Oh, thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Truly, truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you, Turkey. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. All right, let me go ahead and pull this up and we will get it started. Let's go.
2001. The Alpena, Michigan Fire Department responded to a house fire. After putting out the flames, they found the body of 69-year-old James Orban lying on his kitchen floor. The investigation into the fire revealed that not only had James been murdered before the fire started, they also found traces of gasoline around most of the home. James lived alone in his home, and he had very few friends. James's neighbor, 21-year-old Melissa Brado, was a single mother who spent a lot of time with James. She would help him around the house, buy his groceries, and just sit and talk for hours. The two had become very close. Witnesses would say they even saw them holding hands and kissing. A few months prior to the fire, Melissa had reunited with her child's father, 21-year-old Jason Bellinger. It didn't take long before Jason moved in with Melissa, and he asked her to marry him. After the police were made aware of the story, they began to wonder if James's death was the result of a jealous boyfriend, so they asked the couple to come in for questioning. They began with Jason. After spending some time with him using the usual interrogation tactics and disproving his lies, Jason finally decided to tell the truth.
All right, we're going to ask you to go through from the beginning, wherever you think it's important to start, to tell this whole story. And the most important thing is that you tell the truth. And that'll make it a lot easier for us to evaluate and everything. So would you just tell the story and we'll listen?
Well, actually it started when Melissa Brado at the time, she had gotten money from Jim Orban to give me to go downstate, and I got some drugs with it. And I came back, basically I ran out of drugs and I was kind of, I don't want to say I was flipped out, but I was kind of going through a withdrawal. And I asked her.
I guess what they're trying to understand is at one point she was seeming like she was going to have a romantic relationship with this guy. And then her baby father comes back in the scene and now they're together, whatever not. It could be a possibility that, they both, decided to take him out. I think that she would have some involvement in it because she would have to tell him that, I was talking to this guy or I was dealing with this guy or I was going on a date with this guy. They're trying to see his involvement, the actual baby father. They're trying to see his involvement, but I can't wait until they start to question Missy, right? Because now I'm thinking about her intent. Did she do it to appease her baby father if he's a mental case and he's jealous? Or did you do it because that he has a certain type of money? He was already whining and dining you because he was thinking about having a romantic relationship with you. And y'all figured, well, we just needed to take the money that he was going to give to you anyway and get it out the way. Let's go on. Let's go on.
if she can give me some more money. And she brought up that, well, we can get a lot of money if I can find somebody to take care of Jimbo, as that's what she called him. And then she proceeded to tell me that actually kill him, and she said that she was in his will for $2 million and a car, and either a hunting camp or a cottage of some kind.
One attorney.
And well, I believed her, and then we said it. I mean, we basically talked about it and how it could be done. And she asked me if I could get a gun, and I told her the only way I could get a gun, I'd have to go downstate to do that. And then that was about the only conversation for that day. So, I mean, it was basically, this was the plan. I mean, we're gonna kill him, I guess. Well, I was gonna do it. And then she started bringing things up to me about, like when I was 13, he tried to run me over and pick up one time, and she would bring things like that up. But I don't know if it was trying to get it in my head, like maybe I didn't like this guy from the past, so maybe, maybe it would help me do it, I guess. And, because I didn't much care for him when I was 13 years old. He tried to run me over. He chased me down quite a bit. And so that was all set up. And then Missy came up with the idea. I don't know where she would have got it. I mean, she's not very bright, but she said that the Michigan law states that if we were married, we couldn't testify against each other.
Really? You think so, Sean?
And I mean, I didn't know if that was true or not, so I said, fine. So we had set up, basically, we're going to get married.
Jason explains that Melissa was the mastermind behind the murder, and she even tried manipulating other men to do her bidding. While Jason is confessing, Melissa is quietly sitting in another room, waiting for her turn to be interrogated.
I just basically stayed home, got drunk and high and whatnot, and I waited till it got dark, and then I
So, as you can see, he's literally throwing Missy under the bus, saying that it was her idea and everything like that. But he's trying to allude that he was just sitting there, just allowing it to play out. No, sir, you helped her. You helped her. You helped her. You was on drugs. You was jealous. Like, if you saying that she was a manipulator and she had always utilized guys in this way, why would you run back to her and, now propose marriage to her? Do that make any sense? I mean, isn't at one point the reason why you guys wasn't together because she used her manipulation tactics on you, right? She was trying to get whatever she can get out of you. Isn't that one of the reasons why you weren't with her anymore? So why would you go back to her? You went back to her because she now became a necessity. She was a need. You needed resources. So you cannot convince me that you didn't have any involvement in this. But let's go on.
And then I killed him. And after that, I left and I went to the bingo hall, and I told her it was done. And she told me to go home and take a shower, so I did. So I put all my clothes in a garbage bag and I jumped in the shower. I was only in the shower for like 10 seconds, 2 minutes maybe, and I called.
Oh, see, there you go. He already admitted it. He already admitted it that he did kill him. And you killed him off of her. She told you to do it and you did it. Look at that. Too easy. That's probably why his attorney is in the room and that he's being so forthcoming about all this information. He probably got an attorney and he already got a plea deal waiting for him. So now he's like, all right, this is the plea deal. I'm going to take it. I'm going to tell them everything that they want to know. I'm going to throw Missy under the bus. That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. Let's see. William said she was his drug, MJ. Yeah.
I yelled out to her to tell her that all my clothes were over at her mom's house getting washed. And Missy said that, nobody really goes to his house. I mean, her exact words were that son of a bitch can probably sit there and rot and nobody would find him. And I was dumping gas in the kitchen, a little bit in the living room, and I ran some gas down the steps, lit the house on fire. And the next day, we went over to Missy's parents' house, and then after that, me and Missy came to the conclusion that, we better get married real quick.
No.
And she had picked up our marriage license that Monday too, so we got married on Thursday. She just wanted him dead because supposedly, I wasn't thinking of it at the time, but now I think, he never lived like he had $2 million, but supposedly she was getting $2 million, a green car, and either a hunting camp or a cottage out behind the cement plant. And, we're going to live happily ever after, basically, and I was all messed up on drugs, and, money seemed kind of good. And, she told me she was pregnant, and I thought it was my kid, so that, kind of came into mind when,
Now that they know Melissa was the mastermind behind the murder, detectives must now speak with her and try and get her to confess. They know Melissa is more intelligent than Jason.
Oh, absolutely. But I was right. Didn't I tell you? He was involved. He was her lapdog. She wanted this to happen because the guy was already the terminology on YouTube and social media. He was already simping for her. He was already paying bills, whining and dining her and all the stuff like that. She didn't want that to stop, but she loved her little meth head baby father. So she figured, hey, he was already doing it. Why don't we just grab all the stuff that he was doing and doing for me, get all the money, resources, whatever not, that can set us up straight, while you're cleaning out, and we can start this family together. Wow. That is crazy. And that's why he went back to her, right? Exactly. He was in need. MJ, isn't that the sociopath that doesn't have any feelings? Well, that would be a psychopath. Psychopath doesn't have feelings. Sociopaths, their feelings fluctuate. It can go from 0 to 100 with a sociopath, right? But psychopaths, the way how they talk about death is the same way how they talk about what they ate for lunch. That's the difference. Let's go on.
So they decide to be aggressive from the start.
We got copies of the warrants, okay, so I'm going to go over those with you, okay? Looks like you got a first-degree homicide warrant. You also have a conspiracy to commit an illegal act, homicide, solicitation, murder.
They're trying to leave one of they're charging him.
They're charging you with 4 counts, obviously, and it looks like there's no bond on that.
The detectives come out of the gate swinging with warrants for murder ready to go. This strategy is usually not very effective, because once a suspect knows the situation is legal, they tend to shut down, get defensive, and ask for a lawyer.
You haven't been completely truthful with everything.
I am.
Let me finish, okay? Just let me finish. Just hear me out. I think that you've been truthful with some things, but I don't think that you've given the complete picture. I think that there's a portion of the truth here, but I think that there's more to it. And so we want to be able to...
Just forget it, all right?
Okay.
No, you guys are trying to help. Forget it. But I'm only guilty. Get my time home and I'll go home to my kids when they're 20 years old.
Well, you know what? I don't want to see that happen, okay? I don't want to see you go home to that.
Oh, you're not going to see anything different, honey, because that's what's going to happen.
Listen to me. Listen to me, okay?
Listen to us.
This is your day to help yourself. This is your day to lay everything out. Don't talk. I just want you to listen.
He come to me and told me
Okay.
that he murdered my best friend.
Okay. And so that's why it's important for you.
Just ask me what you want to ask me so I can get it over with and get the out, so I can tell my husband a piece of my mind when I get there.
Okay. And I understand that you're upset with him. I don't blame you. Okay.
I ain't going to hear me from that whole jail talk because I'm going to make sure of it.
Okay. But take care of that later. Right now, you got to worry about you.
Jimbo didn't have anything. Jimbo, all he had was an old beat up truck. No, I'm going to tell you from the day when I met Jimbo. Big deal, I slept with them. Big deal, I did things with them. Big deal, we went for rides. We go and do things together that nobody else had. And no other girls had that with Jimbo. He was smelly. Right. Just like he claimed I was his.
And you know what, Missy? I understand that. Okay, I understand that.
What more do you want?
Listen to me.
Jason didn't go and kill him because of me. Jason went over there to kill him because he wanted to go over there to rob him and take his money. Things got out of hand and they killed him. What more do you want? That's what he told me.
No, Missy, you a damn lie. Jason wouldn't even know Jimbo if it wasn't for you. You told Jason about Jimbo because Jimbo was whining and dining you. He wouldn't even have a motive to go over there and do that or rob this guy if you didn't tell Jason that Jimbo was tricking on your ass. Like, why don't you tell the truth? Stop the lying. Like, they know. Listen, the guy admitted. Your husband, Jason, he admitted already that he killed the guy. What else to say? They already got a confession. It really doesn't even make any sense for him to like really lie now, unless he actually really hated you and he wants you to serve life in prison or something with him. No, he told the truth because he already got a plea deal, mama. He got a lawyer involved. You don't even have a lawyer. Where's your damn lawyer at? Where's your lawyer at? Mind you, you're the middleman as into why Jimbo's not alive and why Jason is still in your life. These two individuals, these two men would not know each other if it wasn't for you. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. I don't understand. It's like, it's crazy. Like, Usa. Let's see. Sean says she needs to calm down. She's not doing anything for herself right now. She's not. But she thinks that by showing signs of frustration, anxiety, high levels of stress is going to garner sympathy, right? Like I said, these are tactics that I want people to start to understand, and also showing what the detectives see. If we can see it, you don't think that the detectives can see it? They are the masters of seeing it, right? They see it all the time. It's their job. It's their job. She want to talk about, oh, he's my friend. Really? So did you turn in Jason, your husband, when you realized that he unalived him? Because the simple fact is that you even know that Jason did it. Did you cover for him? Did you help him burn the house to try to burn the evidence? Any way you slice it, you're guilty, Mom. It's a wrap. So let's wrap it up. But let's hear what she has to say.
This is what Jason told me. I don't care what Jason told you. I don't care what Jason's told you. I told him to go there. Missy, stop talking. Is that what you want me to tell you? Missy, I want you to stop talking for a few minutes.
No, I just want to go down with Peter.
I just want you to stop talking for a few minutes, okay?
I don't even want to talk.
Okay, why don't you want to talk to us? We're here to help you today.
Because you're trying to tell me what the truth and I'm trying to give it to you. You won't even listen to me.
You know what, Missy? You're not trying to be truthful right now. You're just upset and you're just blurting stuff out.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I never told Jason. You think I told Jason go there and kill, don't you?
I'm not going to answer that question.
That's what you want me to tell you. That's what you want me to tell you.
I want you to stop talking.
And we need for you to listen right now, okay?
Right.
You are talking and interrupting me. Missy, listen.
Wait,
no.
Wait, I can leave one thing out.
No.
I gave Jason $200 a couple weeks before the murder. Because Jimbo had came to me some money.
Melissa thinks she's smart, so she explains that she had given James $200 a few weeks before the murder because he needed the money. Melissa's strategy is that not only was James broke, so she had nothing to gain from him, but he was also her closest friend, and she would never do anything to harm him.
But I think that the relationship started.
Yes, that was perfect strategy. She threw that in there because remember, the whole point is the intent that they're trying to find out is, did you unalive this man for money or resources? She has to remove or find a way to remove what the intent on why this guy is not alive. Her understanding or her narrative that she's trying to tell these detectives is that Jason, her husband, because he's a meth head and he doesn't have a job, he wanted the money or wanted some type of resources or whatever that James or Jimbo had, right? Or he did it out of jealousy. She needs that narrative to stick, because if it goes on the basis of just money, well, you're the one who was already indulging in James or Jimbo, I'm gonna call him Jimbo. I like calling him Jimbo. You was already indulging in Jimbo's gestures and gifts, right? Before you married James and whatever, got married and he came back to the house. You was already enjoying the pleasantries. So you really need that other narrative to stick, that it had to be a form of jealousy. It had to be a form of, my husband is a crackhead and he wanted to rob him because he wanted more meth and stuff like that. It can't, you need it not to be that you're the one who set this guy up. And again, I don't know how that's going to help you, because Jason wouldn't know about Jimbo if it wasn't for you. You are the middleman. He wouldn't know. Like, Jason would have went and robbed somebody else if it was all about trying to get high. I'm sure he could have went to any other place and didn't have to go to the extreme of burning down somebody's house if he wanted to rob somebody for money. See, it doesn't make sense. And when it doesn't make sense, we know that it's not right. We know that it's not the truth. So all this crying, all this stuff like that, like, girl, bye. Nobody feeling sorry for you. You know what you did. You need to go ahead and just admit it, that you wanted the money. You wanted it. You didn't want to give that up. Whatever he was giving you, he was paying, he was doing whatever for you. You didn't want to give that up, but you wanted your cake and eat it too. You wanted to love your little meth head husband, and you wanted to treat Jimbo as a lick.
Started out very great, but I think somewhat this jealousy issue and some of the things that started going on became a very frustrating situation. And when Jason came back into your life, he has not been the best of influences on you, obviously. And by your own admission, even in the car, that why the hell did he come back after 8 years, and why has he put me in this position? Okay, you guys, you got pissed off at Jimbo, all right? No, listen to me. Listen to me. Don't shake your head. I want you to listen to me.
You don't even know the whole story.
You don't
Just
even know
listen.
yet,
Just
okay?
listen.
I think that between you and Jimbo, that there was times, because of the jealousy, things that were going on, there was some other girls that started coming around, and I think that's very frustrating.
A lot of girls would go
Exactly. And you know what? When you care about somebody, it's like you said, he's mine and I'm his. And by God, I don't want that going on.
I never, ever in my whole entire life have ever sent Jason over to kill Jimbo. Never.
Okay.
And you'll never hear me tell you that, because it will never
What
be
I
the
think
truth.
happened, what I think the truth is,
Wait a minute. So it wasn't only about money. You were jealous? Wait a minute. I know you're not jealous for a grown man to step back out into the dating market after your ass went back to your little meth head baby father and married him. What did you expect, lady? You expect that he was supposed to still finance your life with your husband? No, of course he's going to go back out dating. Of course women are going to go and, might come in and out of the door. It is what it is. He's a grown ass man. He pay his own bills. He don't got to answer to no one. So now all of a sudden, you jealous now? You jealous because you looking at these girls and now they're getting the same treatment you was getting when you wasn't with your baby father? And then you realize that you being with your baby father, you ain't getting a damn thing, right? You have to fund his life. You got to fund his drug habit, right? So that's what it is. That's what it is. Girl, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is ridiculous, man. Oh, holy shit. Holy shit. Excuse my language, but oh my God, goddamn. William said she knew Jimbo had money from being his friend. She told husband, hatch a plan to get it for herself, use husband as a tool to get it. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Not what cinnamon rolls. You stop playing. Stop playing. Sean said, that's what I heard. Jealous. Yeah, that's what it's saying. She's mad that he didn't no longer want to be her lick. He was willing to be other women's lick and give them a shot and a chance. And she could not afford for him to take all his gifts, all his gifts away from her, because she's no longer going to be romantically involved with him because she's married. But she expected him to still shower gifts on her while she's being married. This girl's wicked and crazy. Like, girl, what's wrong with you? I don't know who the hell you think you are. Brooke Shields? The hell's wrong with you, girl?
Here, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. The truth is that you were talking shit in front of Jason, and Jason took it to heart.
The detectives realize they probably won't be able to get her to confess that she told Jason to murder James, so their plan is to get her to admit that while she was angry, she said she wished James wasn't alive, and Jason took her statement seriously.
I'm still going to get charged with those charges.
You're going to be charged, but you know what? What makes the difference?
I'm still going to sit in prison. What makes the difference?
Listen to me.
Missy, listen. Why should I go and tell the truth? I'll sit my prison time. I'll sit it.
Missy, listen.
Because I'm going to sit it either way I look at it.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. I want
Yes,
you to
I am.
listen for a minute, okay? What the decision is here is whether or not you're being cooperative. And when we can sit down and say, you know what? Missy did some things, but she's a good person. She doesn't have a big violent history, but she got wrapped up in some things that she shouldn't. She made some bad decisions. These are why she made some bad decisions. Her life was pretty rough all growing up. But all of a sudden, you get older, here's a guy that's treating you great, and all of a sudden your life is changing within a matter of a couple
You're not
of
making
days.
any sense because you just keep saying the same thing over and over, and you want me to tell you the truth, but I don't understand what I did and what I said to make Jason go over
Missy,
here.
shut up
I
for
don't
just a second,
understand.
okay? But what the difference is here is once the prosecutor and the judge and the other detectives are aware, hey, this is what happened. People do things for all kinds of reasons. And the people that are sorry,
Since the detectives have already shown her the warrants for her arrest, their plan is to imply that if she is honest, the judge may go easy on her.
I'm not going to be out for what's the difference.
you know what, that's up to you. That's up to you.
You're not going to get me out by next week by going up there and telling them any kind of shit because they're bricks.
Do you want to be involved in your son?
I'm not going to be there. I'm not going in orange. Look, I may have said some things about him. Oh.
I think that you did say some things to Jason that you wish he was dead.
So this is funny. Like, this is supposed to be your friend, right? You tried to lead with, that's my friend and I lost my friend, but you was telling your husband that you wish he dead. Why would you wish your friend dead? And why would you tell your husband? You know you told your husband because you wanted your husband to handle it. That's the only reason why you will tell your husband anything like that. That's why. But then again, that can't be your friend the way that you say that's your friend if you talking about you want him dead. Like, come on now, like, stop it, lady. Like, what are you doing? What are you saying? And you're absolutely right. No, you're not going to be getting out next week on burning, on unaliving a friend and then burning his house down. Who the hell do you think you are? Like, no. Later, young Riaz, have a good night, sir. Have a good night.
And that you wish, you know, he would just die, and that you knew that he had
If man said something like that, but I never, ever, ever in my life have ever asked Jason to go over and kill him.
Okay, and maybe you didn't cross that line, but in Jason's mind, that's what you were asking.
But I didn't say that Jimbo had money.
You didn't say what?
I didn't say that Jimbo had money. That Jimbo always carried money and stuff.
You know what, Missy? Jimbo took care of you. He always gave you money. He had that car. He told you that he was gonna leave things to you.
I told him he never made a will out because I never wanted him to. Because I didn't want anything. I don't want anything. I didn't want his house. I didn't want his car. I didn't want anything if he died.
Yes, you
All
did.
I wanted was him standing there next to me.
You're a damn
You want to
liar.
hear?
Well,
I just told you what I said.
Tell me exactly what you said to Jason.
I didn't say it to Jason.
Okay, who'd you say it to?
I was talking to Jimbo on the phone. I already told you that just 2 goddamn seconds ago.
Okay, but you also told me that you were having a conversation in front of Jason where you were...
Jason was standing across the yard with Larry and heard me on the phone with Jimbo.
Okay.
I just told you that 2 seconds
And what
ago.
exactly did you say?
Just told him that I wish he was dead.
Okay, that you wish he was dead?
Melissa admits that after an argument with James, she told him that she wished he was dead while Jason was standing nearby. Melissa thinks that admitting this will get her out of trouble, but it only gives the detectives more ammunition to use against her.
You guys are believing all these people that have back records. Go ahead and believe them, because you know what? Because when I'm done, everybody's getting sued. Everybody.
Oh,
You know what?
stop
State
that.
police, city
See,
police,
I don't care
sheriff's
about that.
department.
You goofy ass chick, shut the hell up. Everybody getting sued. Ain't nobody getting no damn sued when you sitting up there plotting and wishing that someone died, and it's your damn husband who go ahead with the situation. When you knew that your husband did it, you didn't call the police. You didn't say, "Oh my God, you dumb motherfucker, what did you do? Why did you do that? That's my friend." You didn't do any of that. You help him try to destroy evidence by burning that man's house down. Your quote unquote friend. That's a narcissist move. Oh, y'all don't believe me? If you don't believe what I'm saying, y'all going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. Just wait and see. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody worry about your damn ass. She's angry. Right. She's angry because her manipulation is not working. And there's a reason why they got 2 women detectives in there speaking with her. Because most of the time women can call women's bullshit out a whole lot faster than sometimes with men, right? Men can kind of be persuaded sometimes seduce, right? And the way how she's a manipulator and a mastermind, she would have went that route with the detectives. She would have went the route of, well, if I don't look all innocent and I don't look like a victim to you and you're not giving me the energy that you want to protect me and that I'm in danger, then I will seduce you. She's the type of person that would do that. She's the type of person that would do that. It's crazy.
Lawyers, judges are all getting sued. Okay. No, I'm not gonna stop.
Listen,
I have 2 kids that I wanna go home to now.
You know what?
If you ain't gonna make a difference.
You're not helping yourself out here.
I don't
today at all.
care, because I'm gonna sue as soon as I'm done. I'm
You ain't
proving
suing
that I'm not
nobody.
guilty.
And Missy, I don't care about that. You can sue whoever you want to through this whole thing. I could care less, okay?
I'm going to.
But what I care about today is that you don't walk out of this room getting yourself jammed up more. Missy was involved in killing Jimbo, and she could give a shit.
That's what you guys want me to tell you. I killed him. I sent Jason over there to kill him. Fine, that's what I'm tell you. I sent Jason over there to kill him. There, you happy? That what's wrong with here?
Give me more detail.
I didn't send him over there.
Okay, what I want from you today is the truth. Okay.
I already told you the truth.
But you know what?
Take a lie detector test and find out the truth if you want it some goddamn bad.
That's right.
All right. That's what you're trying to tell me. There's more to it. There's more to it.
There is more to it. You know,
I may have said that I wanted them dead, but I never sent anybody over there to goddamn kill them.
You got into a position where you were angry with him. You were frustrated with what the relationship was. And so at that point in time, you started with, I just wish he was dead. I wish he had just died. And I understand that. You're frustrated.
But I didn't expect anybody to go kill him.
Okay.
The conversation changes and they begin talking about what Melissa was doing on the night of the murder. The detectives imply that they believe Melissa went to James's house after he was killed. Melissa does not like this accusation.
Go talk to Laura Spencer. No, let me out of this room. I want to go to the hospital right now. I do not go to Jimbo's house.
Well, you know what? There's some things that you're saying here that's alluding to that.
I did not.
Missy.
When I left the bingo hall, I went to my house. I unlocked my motherfucking door. Jason was not there. I went down to my cousin Laura Spencer's house, which is 2 doors goddamn down. She got in the car with me. We drove down to Crackle Barrel, which is where we ran into Jason. We drove back to Laura's house, dropped Laura off. Jason got out of my car. My mom and dad were in my backyard. I had asked them to go get Jason's clothes at the house. I drove back to the bingo hall instead of the bingo hall.
That's what I'm telling you. I think your memory is pretty darn good because you're able to spit things out to.
Right, exactly. So you're able to split things all out, but why don't you tell the truth that you set up a good alibi? You went down to Laura's house because you had already spoken with Jason about taking care of Jimbo. So you was like, I'm going to go to Laura's house and I'm going to stay there for a bit. We'll come scoop you up when this is done. All of a sudden, you got your parents involved to go get. Why do your parent need to go to your house to go get Jason clothes? Make that make sense. What do he need to change his clothes for? He ain't working. He's a meth head. He's not working. So what he need to change his clothes for? He ain't doing no hard labor. He ain't out there getting dirty and muddy and stuff like that. So what did you send your parents over there to go get clothes for him for? Girl, yes. I'm glad that you getting angry and flustered and and mad because now the things that you're saying makes perfect sense. How you planned everything out. You was going to make yourself MIA. He went and did what he had to do. He called you and let you know when it was over. You scooped him up or you did whatever. And that's how it went. And you could tell because look, she's now crossing her arms. You could tell. So, like I said, she's already lying. She knows she's lying. Talking about that's all I did, and I went back to bingo and stuff. No, absolutely not.
But I did not go to Jimbo's house. All right. What Jason said to me was, he come into the bingo hall, and I went to go get my kiss and a hug because I didn't know at the time. And he says, I killed her. I said, you killed who? He said, I killed the old. I said, you didn't. He said, I did. And I know who he was talking about. I said, because he said the only old man that I knew was Jimbo. It's the only old guy that I hung around with. What do you want to know? Just spit out flat out, ask me what the f*** you want to know, and I'll tell you yes or no. Shut up. All right, just shut up. No, because I'm not going to play these mind games. What about Larry? What about this? What about that? What about this? All right. Just like that little boy
at home. You was playing mind games with this whole thing.
Dad is, and I don't even know.
Do we look at you as a cold-hearted murderer, which is what you're being charged with, or do we look at you as
I'm not being charged with murder, I'm being charged with homicide.
Same thing. Okay?
Homicide is less than murder.
Missy, you wanna debate this, or do you wanna listen?
Listen.
Okay.
She just showed how cold-hearted she is. She just showed how cold-hearted killer that she is. And she had every intentions on killing Jimbo. Oh, I'm getting charged with homicide, not murder. It's the same thing. No, murder's worse than homicide. Really? Really? Did you Google that? Did you Google that? Do you think that you cannot get the same time for if they put it in the case courts as a homicide versus first-degree murder? That's what you think? That's what you read? Really? Really, mastermind? Really? Please go on and tell us. Goofy ass. Excuse me, let's go on.
Do you want to be portrayed as this cold-hearted killer who plots and schemes to kill this guy that did nothing for her but give her money, give her his car, and do all these nice things for her? Or do you want to sit and explain, you know what, this is a situation that got out of hand and I never meant for it to get this way? And I think that you're the last one. I think you're the person that it got out of hand and you never meant it to get that way. And that's what I'd like to be able to sit down and talk with the prosecutors and with the detectives about. And
God, you think I told everybody that I wanted them dead? What the? Tell me who I told and I'll tell you if I told them.
Let's talk about conversations that you've had with Angela about Jimbo. Angela certainly has told us, and you've already told me, Angela's honest, April's honest, okay, that, you know what, you stood to gain everything. You were going to get everything once Jimbo died, and that you had made comments like, God, I wish he was dead. I'm going to get everything.
I did tell Auntie that I'd get the new car. And I had told Auntie that Jimbo had told me that everything was mine if he ever died. Yeah, I did tell Auntie that. And that.
So my thing is, this is your friend, this old man that you try to seduce. You went back with your meth head boy, baby father. He was giving you all the stuff. You knew he had money. You went around telling your girlfriends, yeah, well, you know, Jimbo said he's going to leave everything to me if something happens. You figured that you was going to lose that because you're no longer in a romantic relationship with him anymore. So he's gonna be like, he gonna be an Indian give or take. He gonna take it back. Like, return to sender. I'm not gonna leave nothing to you. You went back to your you went back to your baby father. Good, I'm happy for you. Y'all got married. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. Saranara. You like, wait, what about all the stuff that you said that you was leaving to me? You're my best friend. You're my friend. I mean, you don't have no family, right? You don't have no wife and no kids to leave this stuff to. Why not stay leaving it with me? That argument that they had on the phone, I bet you it was about that situation. I bet you she was asking about the car that he said that he was going to give her. I bet you she was asking, trying to confirm whether or not if she was still going to get the things that he said that he was going to leave for her. And he told her ass, her raggedy ass, absolutely not. Your husband, Jason, should be able to get those things for you. That is his job. That is his responsibility. You married him. And she was like, you know what, you son of a B, I hope you die. Maybe I should just hurry up and just get rid of you. And then I can get the stuff anyway. But since you said that, I will have ownership of it if you're gone. That's what happened. And you know what? You let your husband, Jason, know that this old man said that he was going to leave all this stuff for you. Gave him more motive. Let's go on.
Right. And out of frustration, that you've also told Angie, just like you told Jessica, just like you told some of these other people, God, I wish you'd hurry up and die. I'll get this.
I said if he ever dies, I guess I'm lucky. That's what I told my sister Angela. I know what I told sister Angela. Same thing I told April.
Don't tell me that you didn't stand something to gain. You've already told everybody. I stand to gain the house, the car, some money, whether or not he has a will or not, because there's nobody else there, and he's already told you that. Could you have possibly said that to somebody of, you know, I've got money coming from him when he's done, I'll pay you to do it, just because you're mad, just like you got it out.
I could have.
Okay, there's no doubt you did. There's no doubt you did, because you're frustrated, okay? You're frustrated.
Frustrated about Jimbo and you's relationship.
And you've got a fantastic memory.
Melissa finally admits that in a fit of anger, she could have told someone that she would pay them if they would kill James for her.
I will plead guilty to one thing, was conspiracy to commit to crime, because I knew that he was going to burn that house down because he told me ahead of time.
Okay, Missy.
We know that, Missy.
Missy, I want you to think, because you said you needed to think about this, and you've had a minute to think. There's no doubt in my mind that you, yes or no, it's not a probably, you know you said that.
I guess
Who did you say that to?
Probably Larry.
Okay, and Larry's other buddy that was there?
Vic.
Okay. Could you have said that to Jason?
No. You guys think I'm dumb and don't know what I say? I didn't even really talk to Jason. The only thing I did with Jason, I slept with him one night, turned around 3 days later, he killed my best friend. I did not tell Jason I would pay him to kill Jimbo.
You've said some things to us. You've yelled at us. You've screamed at us because you're mad and you're frustrated. And you know, we understand that.
But I still don't understand how it's going to help.
Missy, trust me, okay? Remember I said there's got to be a little bit of trust here. Those things that were said, you never told anybody before until us. Right? You haven't told anybody. You haven't admitted to anybody that, yeah, I made those statements. But I didn't mean it. You need to. Those are the things that we're talking about here. Those are the statements that you said that you didn't mean, that someone else misconstrued, and that's their problem. Your problem is, we know that you've said those statements because you told us you have.
Do you wanna continue talking?
I'm not so you can sit there and downgrade me and my goddamn family.
Do you wanna?
And make things worse.
Okay,
So I don't talk to my family ever again. This and that, your family's playing tonight. You killed him. Fine, I killed him. Is that what you want to hear?
No. Sit down.
No, I'm sick and tired of talking to you because it pisses me off.
I understand that. I understand that. You don't like it. No, yes or no?
Fine, yes, just quit nitpicking at me. But he knows he's guilty and he already pled guilty.
Well, part of it is, you know.
She is a full-blown sociopath. She is one of those severely dangerous narcissists. And what you're seeing is an ego death. That's why she keeps on going from 0 to 100 the way that she is. She cannot control the situation. She can't get a hold of it. Being a victim ain't going to work. Everything else that she said didn't work. This is a full-on narc. The real dangerous one. This is not even a covert narc. This is what you would call, I think it's, what is it? Malignant narcissist. Yeah, she's going through it. She's really, really going through it. Full old sociopath.
No, I'm not going to sit here and promise you anything.
And I'll tell you why he pled guilty.
I want you to understand that.
He pled guilty because he made a plea bargain to testify against me.
Don't you think I know all this stuff?
That's okay, because I'm ready for him. You know what's weird? Jason supposedly went over to tell Jimbo that I was pregnant with his kid. That baby's not his.
Do you think that we don't know some of those things?
I don't know whose that baby's is.
You're being charged because you haven't been completely truthful, okay?
But how the f are you gonna charge somebody higher than what they're charging him?
They charged him, but they let him plead.
So how long is he sentenced?
I have no idea. That's I'm not even involved in. I'm not even involved in that. What I'm here to deal with is you today.
That's not fair, though.
Missy, Rochelle, I asked you a question. Who else did you say it to?
I don't know! Larry, Jackie, whoever the f I said to it, said to everybody, okay, there?
Did you say it to Jason?
Sure, why not?
I'm asking you a question.
I said sure, why not?
That's what I'm asking you.
Sure.
Okay, tell me what your conversation was.
Didn't have a conversation. All I said is Jimbo needs to be dead. There.
Okay.
So I can have everything. There. Are you happy? There, I told you.
And what did Jason say when you said that?
He didn't say anything. Not a word. And he walked away.
All right. Where were you guys at when that conversation
I don't know. The only thing I ever said was, if Jimbo was dead, to Jason, I said, if Jimbo was dead, I'd own everything. I have a house. And Jason said something about, you wouldn't keep the house, we'd sell it or something, or tear the house down and sell the property or something.
Okay.
I said, if somebody would just kill him, I'd have money and I'd have everything.
In the end, both Melissa and Jason would be charged with first-degree murder. Prosecution showed the jury that Melissa believed she would inherit everything James owned if he died. They also showed that she had attempted to manipulate several men, including Jason, to kill him. Melissa planned out the murder from start to finish, even drawing Jason a map of James's home. Both Melissa and Jason would be found guilty and sentenced to the rest of their lives in prison. What are your thoughts on this case? Please share them in the comments below.
Boy, oh boy, she fought to the bitter end, didn't she? She knew that it was a wrap for her. She knew that, you know, she wasn't getting out of this. And that's why you saw the true Missy. You saw the evilness, the coldness, the calculating, strategic mind, mastermind to commit crimes against people and also manipulate. The real Missy popped out because there was no reason to perform anymore of being a kind, sweet, innocent, decent person. There was no reason to. It wasn't helping her. So that's what you saw. All those outbursts, that's the true person. That's her. That's her when, well, we would say when the cameras are not rolling. You know what I'm saying? If y'all get my drift, the ones who know. That's her. That's her true self. True self. That's what we saw. I'm glad that they both got life in prison, especially even for her husband, especially because he's the one who actually unalived Jimbo, right? So I'm glad he got life in prison. And unfortunately, yeah, he took a plea deal, but it really didn't work out for him, right? He still got life in prison. So all's well that ends well in this situation. All's well that ends well. All right, let's see. Oh, hold on. Brucey said, serious question, MJ. What do you think about mental hospitals? Do they work or are they a form of abuse? I think it depends on the facility. Some facilities really do great work. Then we have facilities that starts out with good intention and then it becomes another lucrative pipeline, right? To get people admitted, right? And take their rights away. And then you do have bad characters that show up, whether they show up to help, they show up to care, they show up to assist, and they also do sometimes violate those people in there, right? And they don't have someone advocating for them the way that they should. But I do believe that the idea behind them was started for good intentions. That's all I can really say about that, Brucey. Nothing is perfect. Nothing's perfect. Everything, you can start out good and it can go completely left, right? I mean, what's the saying, right? Hell was paved off of good intentions. That's words to live by. And it sucks that taxpayers shit to pay for her sorry ass to keep breathing. Yep, Cindy. We're going to figure something out. We're going to get it together. We're going to get it together, guys. We're going to definitely get it together. and C. Thank you so much, Brucey. Thank you very much. So, all right, guys, that was the last case that I had for you good folks today. I hope you enjoyed all the 3 cases. I appreciate everyone who was able to still rock out with me on a Friday. Please make sure you're hitting the like button as you head out. As guys, like I said earlier in the beginning, I will be away for a while. I'm going to be away for the whole week next week, so you're not going to see me. I'll try to do maybe a blackout screen just so y'all can know that I'm okay. We'll see how it goes, but I got to go away for work, so I got to start packing now since it's already like 7 o'clock. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe. Take care of your family. Love each other, love one another. You know what I'm saying? Do the right thing. Stay away from drugs. Don't get into trouble. Stop talking to cops. Everything under the sun. Y'all know how I give it up. Y'all know how I give it up. But everyone take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.